I used to be such a sweet, sweet thing till they got a hold of me. I opened doors for little old ladies. I helped the blind to see. I got no friends 'cause they read the papers. They can't be seen with me, and I'm getting real shot down, and I'm feeling mean. No more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Clean. No more Mr. Nice Guy. They say he's sick, he's obscene. I got no friends 'cause they read the papers. They can't be seen with me, and I'm feeling real shot down, and I'm getting mean. No more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Clean. No more Mr. Nice Guy. They say he's sick, he's obscene. A dog bit me on the leg today. My cat clawed my eyes. Mom's been thrown out of the social circles, and Dad has to hide. I went to church incognito when everybody rose. The Reverend Smith, he recognized me and punched me in the nose. He said, no more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Clean. No more Mr. Nice Guy. He said, you're sick, you're obscene. Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Clean. Oh, we gonna stop? No more Mr. Nice Guy. He said, you're sick, you're obscene. Ooh. Yeah. Yup, where's the chat? What happened? What happened here? What's going the fuck on, bro? Gotta fix this shit. Gotta pop out the chat. Copy the fucking URL. Put the fucking plugin in there. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Hold on one second. No, my son is also named Bort.
Sentence.
My son is also named Bort. Bort. Bowl cut TJ. This is not a bowl cut. You don't know what the fuck a bowl cut looks like. You think this is a bowl cut, bitch. You don't know what a fucking bowl cut is, bruh. You don't know what a bowl cut is. You're a stupid ass piece of shit. My hope is at 100% capacity. Boo. Boo. Garbage tier. Thanks for the coincidental birthday stream, TJ. Wow. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Akmundra. Happy birthday to you. Let's move this. No, not that. You stupid fucking piece of trash here. Doesn't matter if it covers up the chat a little. That's fine. Yeah, so you guys might have noticed I have a little mechanic down here. You guys can donate via Streamlabs to get me to drink shots of this up to $800 worth, which would be 16 shots, which should result in me being pretty devastatingly fucked up, right? I might have to even pull it before then. We'll just have to see. I do have a high tolerance, but, you know, I don't know if it's that high. 16 shots of tequila high? I don't know, man. I don't know, brother. I'm not going to take gigantic shots. I'm going to take normal-sized shots. I'll show you the glass. Here it is. I'll put this glass, I'll fill it up to about here. Yeah, right there. Nice, reasonable, what you'd get in a bar kind of shot. Not going to be overflowing and shit. Just like right here. Take that. For every $50. And that's how we're going to do it. And remember, every drink you make me drink, Chelsea has to deal with the aftermath. So yeah, that's what's going on. You know, we got a lot of fucking videos. How many of you guys here in this Abandoned Hope saw my TJ Does live stream where I responded to Mr. Dapperton? Very recent stream, not too long ago. You know? You guys remember that? How many of you guys saw that? I'll put a poll in the chat, so you guys... There you go. All right, so you guys, there's a poll in the chat. Go ahead. Y'all on YouTube can all submit your answers. Let me know if you saw that. I don't know, you know, you guys are patrons, so I assume you guys follow my shit more closely than other people might. But I didn't know. I don't know for sure. All right, it's looking like the majority of you have. So, a little context on that. So, Mr. Dapperton was insanely stupid, okay? We remember that. Those of you who fucking watch know this already. He was insanely stupid. And, you know, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. It's pretty obvious that most of you have seen that. Really just insanely, ridiculously dumb. Now, he sent me that video. He, like, spammed me with that video on my Twitter, like, begging me to respond to it. Says you have 144 days to donate. Well, I had to set a date for some reason. I wish it would just let it be loose, but, you know, whatever. You don't have 144 days. Yeah, tonight. This is never coming back. Drink TJ. Yeah, well, I'm on the way there. I'm on my way to my first shot. Anyway, let's take a look at this latest Mr. Dapperton video. Amazing Atheist, the Toxic Ableist. Trying to use SJW language against me, huh? Let's go ahead and put the playback speed at 1.5 so we can get through it a little quicker. And yeah, let's see what we got, man.
Okay, this video by Amazing Atheist is over an hour long. So I don't think my audience is going to want to sit through all that, especially after I respond. It'll be 2 hours long. So I just replied to the shit that's relevant, that my audience actually cares about, and basically just broke it up into bite-sized pieces.
Cool.
The bite-sized pieces are a little out of order, just a little bit, because I took some pieces from the middle and put them in the beginning, so that most people that leave, you know, like halfway through, like most people do, they'll be able to see these pieces, and these important pieces before they leave.
Yeah.
But if you want even more context, just go to the link in the description box. The original video will be there.
Thank you.
Let's start the video.
Yay, original video.
You know that the elite, or the 1%, a lot of them are socialists, and they want a one-world government.
No. That is the dumbest fucking statement I've ever heard anyone make in my entire fucking life.
Okay, so Amazing Atheist strawmans me here by pausing halfway through my sentence. And
this guy's video, if you go watch his original video to me, he literally does that to me throughout that video. And not even, he'll like stop me mid-word, and his was edited in advance. I'm responding in real time, and it doesn't matter because it's still the stupid, like, there's nothing he says in the rest of that sentence that changes the meaning of the sentence.
and attacking the first half of my sentence and not listening to the second half.
Okay.
The second half of
Second
the
half of the sentence
says
is what?
that there's also a lot of rich people that believe in freedom and capitalism.
Yeah, well, guess what? It's 100%. Freedom, no. Capitalism, yes. 100% of rich people are not socialists unless they're just like inherited some wealth and they just happen to be like, but anybody who's like actively making money in the way that like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, those guys, like there's 0% of those are socialists. Not a single one. For them to be socialists, it would literally be against their own interests to a ridiculous extent. Because under socialism, they're not going to be the billionaire class anymore. They're not going to be the oligarchs. They're not going to be the ones who get to control anything and everything, right? So, like, none of them are that. Not even one. Even, like, George Soros and shit. Like, that's just, like, socially left kind of stuff. He's not an anti-capitalist. He is a capitalist.
Now there's some rich people that want freedom too.
There's none of them. This conflation of capitalism and freedom is the dumbest shit ever, by the way. Second dumbest shit ever. The first dumbest shit ever was saying that a bunch of billionaires are socialists. The second dumbest thing ever is conflating capitalism with freedom. Capitalism is anti-freedom. Socialism is pro-freedom. At least some variants of socialism are pro-freedom. No variants of capitalism are pro-freedom, unless you're just simply talking about the freedom to exploit other people. And if you want that freedom, great, but just so you know, the freedom to do it is not enough. You actually have to have capital, which is really hard to get in a capitalist system because the people who have the capital are trying their damnedest to keep it from you, and they run the political system. So even if you want to become a capitalist, even if you want to participate in the capitalist system and enjoy your freedom to be an entrepreneur, good luck. Because you're locked out of most industries. You're going to have a hard time finding startup capital. There's very little upward mobility in this country, even for innovative people with brilliant ideas, because they just can't get the money together. Guess why? Because they're locked out of the economic system, because the elites run the political class, and you're not going to be able to fucking break through that glass ceiling. All right?
It goes back to that graph I showed you. There's rich people that are evil, and then there's rich people that are good. Just like there's middle-class people that are good, and middle-class people that are evil. I'm making the point here that not all rich people are the same. Some are socialists, some are capitalists.
No, they're all capitalists. Every single fucking one are capitalists. That's why they're rich people. All right? So if there are any rich socialists, it's people who are rich by like happenstance. Like they're the son of somebody. They're son of a capitalist or whatever, and they're not willing to give up their own personal money, especially but they're fucking, idealistically. It looks like I have to take my first drink. Idealistically, though, they're fucking capitalists. They're socialists, but in fact, they're capitalists because that's where their family's money comes from. But this is like a very rare case. This guy actually tried to make the case that people that run like the people who are like the political and financial elites, like the moneyed interests that have bought out our politics, that a percentage of those are socialists. 0 of those are socialists. Not a single fucking one of those is a socialist. Not even one. Because if they were socialists, they would be advocating for the destruction of their own political class, and they would be advocating for the end of their own influence. None of them are doing that. They like being influential. They like being powerful. They like being elite.
So they can't all be evil, no matter what your ideology is, because some of them are going to agree with you. The point I was making was that what makes people evil is not whether they're rich or not, but instead how much authoritarian government they want. But he pauses in the middle of my sentence, and all he hears is me just saying that, yeah, there's some elite people that are socialists. So he took it that all elite people are socialists. So he strawmanned my argument, even though that's not what I was saying. I wasn't saying all elite are socialists.
Well, I am saying that all elite are capitalists. So you don't have to strawman me there. I'm saying 100% of them are. Name me one that isn't. Name me even one that isn't. Maybe some Hollywood actors, but I wouldn't even consider them elites compared to someone like a Jeff Bezos or something. Someone who has like wealth to rival the GDP of nations.
I literally say a second later that half of them are fucking capitalists. and then strawmans me.
Bottoms
and he calls
up.
me retarded for like 3 minutes straight. Check it out. He's the most vile, disrespectful person I've ever seen on YouTube, bar none.
The great.
I'm the most vile, disrespectful person he's ever seen on YouTube. Go back and watch his first video to me again, because it's not this like super polite, respectful video. It's a fucking very rude video where he calls me fat and calls me a dumbass and whatever the fuck else. And so I'm just like returning the favor. Like, I matched the tone that he had. So this idea that like I was out there, like he came to me with this super respectful, just like, hey, I have a difference of opinion. And then I was just like a total dickbag is a fucking just it completely misconstrues the goddamn situation. It bears no actual fucking goddamn. Yeah, this guy is Anarchy Ball. But he goes by Mr. Dapperton because he's so fucking dapper now, right? And also, like, I'm not even fucking, like, have you seen, yeah, like, there's so many people on YouTube who are just, like, cruelty fucking incarnate, okay? I'm not that, all right? Like, I might not be a super nice guy. No more Mr. Nice Guy. But, like, I'm nowhere near the meanest fucking dude on this fucking site, okay? So I don't know what the fuck that's about.
Wait, this guy just fucking bold-faced looked you in the eyes with his two fucking soulless mask holes and told you that the primary beneficiaries of capitalism want to dismantle capitalism and want to empower workers, the same workers that they themselves crush. This guy is a fucking retard. I'm not even saying that in like a hyperbolic, I'm not being politically incorrect, okay? I am literally identifying this person as mentally deficient.
That makes it even worse, because if you truly believe I'm mentally deficient...
I don't. That was what we call hyperbole. It is a rhetorical device wherein one exaggerates things for comedic effect. Not necessarily for comedic effect, but often for comedic effect, which is what I was doing in that particular instance. Like, I think you understand that, right? Like, this guy gets that and he's just pretending he doesn't get it, right? I hope so.
In the most disrespectful way possible, isn't good.
This guy should be in some kind of fucking care facility being fucking spoon-fed applesauce by a fucking social worker.
Is this why I'm
or some
ableist?
shit.
I'm probably
And then
am
he should
ableist
scoop it
for
up off
this.
his dribbling ass chin and put it in his puckered.
I never really... I'm willing to own the ableist thing. Like, until if they start fucking saying, like, you made an ableist comment, you got to get out of here. But until that day, I'll just proudly be like, yeah, I'm an ableist, okay? I think being intelligent is better than being stupid. I think being able to see is better than being blind. I think being able to walk is better than being able to not walk. If these opinions are controversial, then yes, I'm a fucking ableist. Sorry. I hope I'm not saying that let's back up for a second, okay? So in my view, in order to be ableist, I would have to make the claim like someone who can see is better inherently, a superior being is someone who cannot see. I would never say that. But being able to see is better than being able to not see. The attribute of sight is better than lacking the attribute of sight. But that doesn't make the seeing person better as a person than the non-seeing person. So that's where I would draw the line, personally.
Fucking lips.
So I should be in a mental home and lose all my rights because we disagree on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I'm glad you understand.
Am I getting this right?
Yes.
But the fact is, we don't really disagree.
No, okay, so obviously this guy doesn't have much of a comprehension of like rhetorical devices and when someone is being facetious or hyperbolic. So let me just state, all jokes aside, no, I don't want you committed to a mental institution because you disagree with me. But comedically and rhetorically and hyperbolically, yes, I do think that should happen. Have we seen the distinction now? Do we know what's going on? Okay, cool.
You just misunderstood me by taking me out of context by responding to literally just a fragment of my sentence.
Yeah.
Don't disagree with
Oh,
TJ Kirk on fucking
oh
YouTube
my
because
God,
they
so
promote
out of
that you
context. Oh, the context. The context of my stupid statement is that there was a little bit of nuance to my stupid statement, making it like 1 micron less stupid. How dare you? I literally just responded to you live in a live stream, bro. You actually fucking had time to think up what you were going to say to me, which you were the one who fucking started this shit. I didn't come to your ass fucking wanting to argue this dumb bullshit. I made a video. You decided to respond to it, and I ignored it, and then you fucking sent it to me. Like, thus inviting me directly, like, hey, TJ, please respond to my video. And then I do, and then it's like, wah, you were mean to me. It's like, you were mean to me first. So what, you fucking baby?
You should lose all your rights.
Because he's that goddamn stupid, okay? I don't mean to be ableist with this.
Yes, you do.
But this
Yeah, I do.
is why you don't let a fucking retard jump on cam and start talking fucking talking points. Because then you get stupid shit like this.
Stupid shit I didn't even say.
Yes,
I
you
didn't
did.
say all rich people are socialists. I said some of them were.
Who cares? Yeah, some of them aren't. None of them are. That's the point. It doesn't matter. Your little nuance. Oh, well, I only said some. None, bitch. Zero. None of them. Except for in the very, very narrow little exceptions I outlined a moment ago. Bill Gates, capitalist. Fucking Jeff Bezos, capitalist. Elon Musk, capitalist. George Soros, capitalist. Warren Buffett, capitalist. All these motherfuckers, capitalist, capitalist, capitalist. Not a single fucking socialist among them. Not a single goddamn socialist idea bouncing around in their fucking heads. Give me a fucking break. Go to the home, get spoon-fed the applesauce, lose your freedom, be locked in an institution until the day you die. That is your penalty for being this fucking stupid. Just so you know.
Some of them also like freedom, I said.
Way earlier than I'm used to, and go to the dentist and get a fucking crown done. And that was another fucking 4 hours in the goddamn dentist chair. My fucking gums were throbbing with fucking pain. Pure white-hot fucking agony. I was in so much pain that I came home and just immediately collapsed to sleep because I could not possibly even stay awake. But even in this is more painful. I would rather do that shit again than have to watch this fucking garbage.
Yep, and I gotta remind you once again, garbage that I didn't even say in the first place. But here he is insulting me in the worst ways possible anyways.
The worst way is possible. Give me a break. Yeah, it's the worst. You think I wasn't? Dude, I was... come on. Give me a break. That wasn't even close to the worst I could fucking say, dude. Come on. Like, really? You're gonna act like that was, like, the hardest I can go at you? It ain't.
This is ass. This is banal fucking drivel. This is gobbledygook. This has no bearing or resemblance to fucking reality in any way, shape, or form. This is just a wall-to-wall fucking journey through the most deplorable fucking garbage that you could possibly ideologically conceive of. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bunch of self-refuting garbage. I honestly can't even believe that this person would have the nerve to speak to someone like me.
Look how much more articulate I am than him, even on the fly. It's amazing to me just how superior I am as a being compared to Mr. Dapperton, dude. It's like, look at my command of the English language. Look at how readily available every adjective that I want to spit against him is to my brilliant fucking brain. You know, and I was on fire there, I admit. Like, right now you could tell that I'm not on the level of the TJ above me. And I think that that primarily is because... I don't know. I actually got some bad news just before I came on here. Some bad family news. My favorite fucking uncle apparently has some pretty serious health problems, which makes me very sad. But I don't want to talk about his health shit because that's private for him. But yeah, I knew that you guys would want this show. I knew you guys wouldn't want to see this delayed again because I already had to delay this once before. But anyway, that's why I'm starting on easy mode, right? Because Mr. Dapperton, he doesn't require much.
Who is just like leagues and leagues above him in every fucking by every conceivable fucking metric, okay? I don't care. Like, this person is fucking so disgustingly beneath me.
If you're listening to this, never disagree with Amazing Atheist because he will treat you with so much disrespect, it will be unbelievable. Like, he takes
I
disrespect
agree with,
so
oh my God,
personally, bro.
that was so good. Yes. Please, wait. Yeah, hold on.
This person would have the nerve to speak to someone like me who is just like leagues and leagues above him in
Hold on,
every
I wanna get that quote.
every conceivable fucking metric, okay? I don't care. Like, this person is fucking so disgustingly beneath me.
If you're listening to this, never disagree with Amazing Atheist because he will treat you with so much disrespect. It will be unbelievable.
Wow. Hold on. I want to quote you, buddy. Give me a second. I don't know why it chooses to make it fucking gigantic. Boom. Oh, come on. Just get small, bitch. Yeah, there we go. That's a good place for it, right? I love it, bro.
Unbelievable. Like, he takes disagreements so fucking personally, bro.
Uh-huh.
He's so authoritarian, it's unbelievable. Just the mere thought of someone disagreeing with him sends him into a rage.
You're a fucking moron.
Government should be voluntary. It shouldn't be done by force on the people without their consent.
Government is voluntary. That's the idea behind democracy, stupid.
And how are you supposed to argue against somebody that literally thinks that government is voluntary? I mean, can you opt out of taxes? No, you can't. So how is it voluntary? They'll take you to court.
Because you have the consent of the governed. Wait, I already explained this to you before. Let me guess. All of the times where I'm actually explaining to you what the fuck I'm talking about are conspicuously absent. That's part of the, his original response was an hour long, so I cut a lot of stuff out. And the stuff you cut out was like me explaining these fucking basic 101 concepts to you. Well, I'm not doing it again because it's obvious that I'm falling on deaf ears. But anyone who is interested can go follow the link down below in Mr. Dapperton's video here, or they can just go to my TJ's Life channel and look at the video responding to critics or replying to critics or whatever the fuck I called it, and you can see that I explain all of this shit to him in meticulous goddamn detail with my usual pizzazz and clarity.
And if you don't go to court, men with guns will come and take you away. If you resist, they'll kill you or throw you in a rape cage for a good portion of your life. But it's totally voluntary, right? It's people who want to use government to take your freedom away.
What do you want? What do you want? So wait, yeah, a government has to use force to fucking control people. That's true. But like, what's the alternative? No government, or a government that just has no ability to enforce its edicts? Okay. Well, then you just have a fucking laissez-faire, anyone can do what they want fucking society, where instead of the government being the only entity that can do that to you, literally anyone can, and you have no recourse other than, I remember in your video, your solution was, well, everyone can just hire private security. But you never did address the issue of like, well, maybe you address it further on in this. You never did address the issue, at least that I've seen so far, of what happens when the rich man hires way more private security than the poor man. So basically, you have if you just want a laissez-faire and cap society, you have a society where rich people can do whatever the fuck they want, and no one can stop them. And that's not too far off from what we have now, but like basically, you're just saying like any fucking restraint that they have now, just take it away, just take it away completely and utterly, and they can just rule your lives like authoritarian despots because they have money.
That's the enemy. I mean, what do you think really is the problem?
Your freedom to do what, bitch? What freedom are you worried about the government taking away from you?
Every law passed is a freedom lost. And not to mention they want to take away guns, like 90% of guns.
No, they don't. No, they don't. It's not even fucking feasible to take away your guns, stupid. And every law passed takes away freedom, so like, don't rape people. Oh, I've just lost my freedom to rape. Technically true, but like, some freedoms ain't worth having. And some freedoms, sometimes the existence of one freedom negates several others. Like, I would rather have women have the freedom to walk down the street without fear of rape, or at least knowing that society looks down upon them being raped and will punish those who do it. I'd rather that be the law than like, you're free to rape people, you're free to murder people, you know? That kind of shit. Like, how do you not see that? Like, don't you see that what you're advocating for is not freedom? Like, a laissez-faire, no-rules society is just a might-make-right society, where basically you've just traded the government for a series of, like, despotic corporate warlords that are going to enforce their will through, like, the utmost brutality possible.
Whatever they consider assault weapons, which is just semi-automatic weapons, which is 90% of guns, as I mentioned, which is anything that you pull the trigger once and it fires once. Okay, they want to get rid of all those guns, lever actions and shotguns.
No, they don't. No, where? It's a political fucking non-starter. Okay. You guys on the right have been saying this forever, but even the mildest of gun control reforms, like let's ban bump stocks or something like that, even that goes nowhere. So this idea that the government's going to take away guns is fucking stupid. And second of all, like, there's not even, like, guns are not even, like, increasingly not even much of a fucking advantage. Guns are antiquated technology at this point. Like, the government has drones, the government has jets, the government has tanks, the government's not far off from having fucking robots that come to your house and kill you. So, like, this idea that your guns are, like, this, like, last thing preserving freedom or something, pretty fucking silly at this point, okay?
This would be the majority of the guns left. If the government doesn't let you have the freedom to defend yourself, then what freedoms do you really have?
Wait, so that's your big evidence? The government doesn't let you have the freedom, like, it's literally enshrined in the fucking Constitution that you're allowed to have guns, and no laws have been passed to prohibit you from owning guns. You can have gun. I could go buy a gun at a fucking gun show and bring it back to my house today. I go to the fucking gun show, be like, hey, sell me a gun. They will. I go to a fucking store or something. It might take me a few days, but I can fucking have a gun. There's no fucking restrictions whatsoever on you owning a fucking gun. Even if there was, maybe that would be to protect all the people who get shot every fucking year. But you know what? It's not even feasible to fucking take away the guns. There's too many guns already in circulation. Trying to confiscate them all would be such a fucking massive undertaking that it's basically impossible. Afraid they're gonna fucking take away your fucking terrible green screen? You're afraid they're gonna take away your little cool snake logo? Don't tread on me? Shut up. God. What fucking planet are you from, brah? What planet are you fucking from, bitch?
Make sure you have to give it up just because you're jealous and you didn't work hard enough to earn it.
Shut
the
up.
Problem is,
what are you? You're just jealous of my YouTube success, bitch. You're just jealous that your stupid video about me can't even touch the views of the video that you're fucking responding to, huh?
No, you see, for that comparison to work, I would have to be acting like you, and I would have to want the majority of your money because you're more successful on YouTube.
No. No, you wouldn't. You just have to be envious of my views enough to fucking make a video against me. A fucking pretty goddamn incoherent one, too.
Than me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have waited till he completed his sentence. He's going to make some very nuanced point in the later part of that sentence, so.
That's how that would work. Oh, TJ Kirk is successful. I'm not. I get to take TJ Kirk's money. That's TJ Kirk logic.
I mean, I know I'm not as... Yeah, that's my logic. So, fucking PewDiePie or whatever, send me your money, bitch. Anyone who's more successful than me owes me. That's my logic, bro. Big as I fucking used to be, still bigger than you. Guess I'm doing better in the fucking the fair competition of YouTube, right?
The point isn't measuring dicks, dude. The point I was making was the fact that you wanted to take the money of everybody that's more successful than you.
Okay, is that what it is? I want to take the money of everyone who's more successful than me? No, I want the people who, these entrepreneurs and shit, these elites, these business people who exploit laborers and fucking hoard money. I think that their money would be better. I think their money would better serve society being put back into society rather than allowing them to just hoard massive amounts of money. Okay? Like, does that make sense? I feel like if I'm given a choice between, like, hey, billionaires have the freedom to keep more of their money, or everybody has healthcare. Easy fucking choice for me. Hey, billionaires have the freedom to keep more of their money, or there's no homelessness. Easy fucking choice to me, motherfucker. Pretty silly shit.
Because you're jealous.
But of course, like every fucking ANCAP, like every libertarian douchebag, it's always phrased as like me personally wanting fucking Bill Gates' money or some shit. Like, give me that money, Bill Gates. I mean, I wouldn't turn it down, but that's not what I'm saying politically.
of their money. The point wasn't who's a more jealous person.
You just jealous?
Yeah. I guess I love how he's just like, that's not even the point. It's like, okay, so basically you're admitting you are jealous then. Okay,
My success,
gotcha.
bitch.
Look, I'll be honest with you. You comparing your YouTube channel success to my YouTube channel success out of nowhere in a way that was completely uncalled for.
Uncalled for? Aren't you supposed to be some kind of badass libertarian ANCAP? And I was like, that's not called for. Wah, 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 boo-hoo. Shut up, bitch. Give me a break. Like, I don't know. If I'm the meanest person on YouTube, can I say that you're the most sensitive? You're the most easily butthurt and offended person on all of YouTube? Just, it was uncalled for. It was really uncalled for, man. What?
Seems pretty vain and pretentious.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm vain and pretentious. I don't even back away from those traits. So, yeah, you got me.
You literally think stealing people's rights via government is righteous, while keeping
What
your money
rights?
is thievery.
What
Makes
rights,
no sense.
dipshit?
Like I already said, the guns. They're already trying to take the right of self.
They're trying. How long have they been trying? How much success have they fucking had, huh? How long have we heard this shit? They've been trying to take our guns almost as long as Jesus has been, like, right about to come back. TJ, stop. You're killing the straw man. God, it's a shame Paul's in this episode, too, because he had a field day with this ANCAP garbage. Yeah, tell me about it, bro.
Defense away. Let's not forget about prohibition on drugs. You said in this very video that you
So I turned it up a little. I think it might be too loud now. It's ever since I put this fucking volumer shit on here, volume been weird. I guess what I could do is just like maybe turn it up here on the board. Let me try turning it back to normal volume, but just turning it up on my board so I don't have to fuck with this constantly.
think all drugs should be legal.
Oh,
so
that
do I.
works.
So yeah, that's rights that are taken away. There's 50,000 federal laws out there,
Uh-huh.
and that doesn't include state and local laws. So take your fucking pick, bro. Literally anything that's considered unsavory by your neighbor is already illegal.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because no one said that.
Once again, what is the freedom you're looking for? Because it's not everything looks unsavory by your neighbor. Most of your neighbors love guns. This is America, man. Most people have guns or at least support guns. So what is it you want to do that your neighbor's got a problem with? Like, what are you trying to fucking do, dog? Like, come on.
That stupid. Who watches The Watchmen? Us. Stupid.
Okay, let's just say you allow government to do what it wants. It takes away guns, the right to self-defense. Suddenly, how are you going to prevent the government from being authoritarian? You said the people are going to regulate the...
Like, once again, this guns strong. I never even brought up fucking guns once, and it's not a legitimate example of a freedom that has been curtailed by government because we still can have guns. No one has taken away anyone's right to have guns, so this is like a total fucking straw man, right? Am I being an asshole? Okay, let me just ask you. Is this a straw man? Question mark. You got two options, yes or no. Let me know. Just curious. Did that poll go through? I don't think it did. Oh, there it is. There it is. Just took a minute to go through there. Let me know. Just let me know if that's a straw man or not. I don't know. Because I'm stupid. I obviously don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, so I'm just curious. No? 45% say no. Okay, I think that we might just have some trolls saying no, because it's fucking up to 63 to 37. If you got anybody in this chat who fucking feels like that's not a straw man, you gotta tell me what the fuck. I feel like you guys are just fucking trolling me because it's pretty clearly a fucking straw man. But like, if there's someone on here who wants to fucking tell me why, I'm willing to fucking listen. I'm willing to hear you out on why it's not a fucking straw man, but to me, it seems like a pretty fucking solidly a straw man. What is going on here? Oh, shit. I didn't mean to call the poll that quick. I guess I accidentally ended it. Creating a poll messed up the formatting on here. I don't know what the fuck.
rulers. How the hell are they going to regulate the rulers?
Get out of here.
Are they going to write a stern letter?
What am I missing? That's what I advocate, stupid. No, they don't, dipshit. In this country. That's where the money went, stupid. Corporations, the only reason corporations don't use violence is because the state has a monopoly on violence.
Exactly.
If you got rid of the state, those same corporations would all of a sudden employ goons once again. In fact, they already still do.
Okay, historically, businesses have never, ever had goons that force their product onto you with the barrel of a gun.
What? Okay, well, that's just ignorance of history at that point. I created 2 polls? Okay, no more polls. The poll functionality is fucked up. Yeah, there have been plenty of times. I mean, maybe you've never been forced to buy a product at the barrel of a gun, but plenty of people have been forced to make a product at the barrel of a gun. You heard of slavery? You heard of indentured servitude? You heard of, like, the Chinese building the fucking railways, and you heard of the company town? There's been plenty of time. You heard about union busting? You heard about the Pinkertons? Like, this is just historical ignorance, bitch. The fuck is going on?
It's never happened. And let's just say that it does happen someday. Then, by definition, they'd be a government, not a corporation or a business, because...
Oh, okay. If a corporation or business ever becomes authoritarian, then they automatically become a government.
Corporations and businesses are voluntary.
This is fucking gobbledygook, man. Why am I responding to this fucking guy again? God damn it.
By definition. And if it's not voluntary, it's involuntary, and it's a government.
It's just the goons don't go out in the street and, you know, bludgeon you in the fucking face anymore, at least not in this country.
Notice that he's not giving any examples of goons being used to force their product onto you.
I literally never said they were used to force the product onto you. You know, like, no one would bother giving you a product if they were going to, like, if someone's going to go up to you with a gun and be like, give me money, I'll give you this product. That's robbery with an extra step. No one would do that. I never stated that. I said violence was used on workers. Violence was used to extract labor from people so that they could create products that could then be sold in the market. Okay? Try to keep up. Like, is there a single point you're gonna fucking fail to straw man? Because it seems like all you're fucking capable of is goddamn straw mans. Straw men.
Through a barrel of a gun. Notice he doesn't give any examples whatsoever.
I did.
A lot of fucking corporations still use violence to get their fucking goods made in other countries. A lot of corporations would still use violence covertly in this country.
The only thing I could think of that works in that manner would be the mafia. But the mafia does...
What are you talking about? Chocolate, slave labor. Diamonds, slave labor. T-shirts, damn near slave labor. Factory fucking, not factory farms. Factory farms, though, a lot of violence there against animals. But, like, against human beings, tons of fucking products that come to market now are slave labor. Cobalt, slave labor, or damn near slave-like conditions. Tons of fucking products, goods, and services, you know, at the fucking roots of them, when it comes down to where they're mined or where they're farmed, are either done through slave labor, which is enforced through violence, or they're done through conditions that are very near to slave labor. Conditions that are deplorable, where people are just not even paid enough to live or exist, where people are paid an absolute poverty wage. Just like barely enough to subsist, even if it, you know, like, here's enough to buy a fucking crust of bread, probably back from us at the company store, you know? And that's like the lithium that goes in your fucking phone or your electric car, and that's the diamond on your girlfriend's fucking finger, and that's the chocolate and the candy bar you just ate after lunch. That's all kinds of fucking goods and services. So to act like the only place where this happens is like the mafia, super weird.
Doesn't honor natural...
Yeah, Nestle uses slaves. They fought the Supreme Court recently to keep their slaves. I mean, come on, bro. Give me a break. American corporations actively engage in slavery. They don't. Nestle doesn't have slaves directly, but Nestle buys from a company that buys from a company that buys from a company that fucking employs slave labor. So I mean, like, this is just fucking silly shit. I don't know if this guy is just in denial, or if he's just peddling ignorance that he knows is false, or if he just is, like, this stupid and ignorant.
Rights. And they're not voluntary, which makes them share more in common with government than businesses.
Oh, wow, this guy is such a psychotic, delusional fuckwit, bro.
Voluntary. That's how government should be. Government should be voluntary. It shouldn't be done by force on the people without their consent.
Government is voluntary. That's the idea behind democracy, stupid.
So the government's 100%
Didn't you already respond to this point?
voluntary. So then why is it that if people don't pay taxes, they go to prison? It's kind of forced on you.
If enough people in this country decided that they were no longer going to pay taxes, and they got together, they could fucking democratically pass a law that's like abolish the income tax. They could put forth politicians that promise to abolish income tax. Those politicians could get into the Senate. They could fucking do it. That is the mechanism whereby the people of this country, if they by and large all decide we need to stop having income tax, they could do it. That would be just the total and utter destruction of society because there would be no money left to run anything. But that could happen. That is the sense in which we are consenting. Like beyond that, though, I don't know what you would. How would you structure society to be more consensual than that? Because if you just eliminate government and say, well, then you have warlord fucking might makes right dystopia competition. How do you actually how do you fucking have a society where no one is coerced at any stage and you're born absolutely free, you can do whatever the fuck you want, and no one can take your freedom away? How do you fucking construct that? Because if you have no government that can use force legitimately, then anybody who uses force against you illegitimately, there can be no reprisal against them unless it's by another person using force illegitimately. This just all falls the fuck apart. These libertarians, they hate the government. They hate anyone telling them what to do, but they got no answers. They got no alternative. They got nothing better except for a pipe dream about just like, if we just get rid of the government, we'd all be free. It's like, that's not how it works, stupid. I mean, I hate to just like constantly have to call you stupid, inane, retarded, imbecilic. I need to open up a fucking thesaurus so I can fucking have some new adjectives for this shit, because everything that comes out of your mouth is just drivel.
Using state thugs who use violence. They'll throw you in a rape cage if you do a drug they don't like. As I mentioned before, the state is pretty much the mafia, as in their service isn't voluntary. It's through coercion. And
this dude's like a 30-something-year-old dude, man. Isn't that sad? Like, if this was coming out of the mouth of like a 15-year-old or something, like, whatever. You read a little too much Ayn Rand. You'll get over it. But this guy's like in his 30s. Yeah, it's like neo-feudalism, boys. We're going back.
Violence. They're kind of like the mafia of the government. Force on the people without their consent.
Government is voluntary. That's the idea behind democracy, stupid. But you can't have, wait, how is it would be completely impossible to have a government that everyone agrees on. If there has to be 100% assent to any government,
I am so interested to see what he's going to say to this point, man.
no government could exist.
Why couldn't government just be voluntary? Where people that want to opt in, and they pay taxes, and they pay for the services for everyone. And if people want to chip in, they can, but they're not forced to.
Because that wouldn't work. How would that work? There would just be like, once again, you would just have a shit ton of competing governments. They would constantly be like, you would have like weird, like loosely affiliated city states that would constantly use violence against one another. You know, how many of them, like, you just want a bunch, a bunch of loosely affiliated governments going around like, I'm part of this government. Nope, I'm quitting that government, joining this government. Hey, my government turned authoritarian, and now we're going to fight this government and take all their resources. Oh, no, this other government over there doesn't like that, so they're going to intercede on that government's behalf, but then they're existent, like, there's a reason why human history has been a fucking climb upward with larger and larger governments and larger configurations of human beings, not the other way around. We have not become more and more decentralized over time. We went from tribes to villages to towns to cities to city-states to nation-states to the first stages of a global economy to one day, probably, in my opinion, one world government or something very near it. And that's because all of these governmental entities that have existed throughout time, it used to be like my tribe fights your tribe, my village hates your village, my city-state hates your city-state, and there would be fucking battles and stuff. and conquest and campaigns of imperialism. There's still campaigns of imperialism. But that's because we're constantly striving towards greater and greater amounts of social engineering, not lesser and lesser amounts, right? I mean, not social engineering, but social cohesion. So this is fucking just like a weird idea. You want to like basically set back the clock, run back human progress to a more primitive time when things were more violent, when there was more disagreement, when there was more conflict. Get rid of you slay the Leviathan, and then you let all the little monsters come out and run amok.
That would give us a government that's much smaller because there'd be less people paying taxes. So that means you get to keep your rights and keep your money. Pretty cool, right?
Because even the simplest...
Keep your money? What would your money even be? Money, the fucking value of our fiat currency that exists now is backed by the might of the United States government. So there wouldn't even be a fucking shared concept of money if you broke down into several fucking dozen or 1,000 different governments that all had to be completely voluntary. And even if there was some way to cohesively create a bunch of these little governments, you would still be born into one. You still wouldn't have consent which one you were born into. So like, let's say a bunch of fascists get together and like, we're creating the fascist state. And one of the laws is that you're not allowed to leave. Okay, well, then you're born into that. You're not allowed to leave it. Oh, well, the greater overarching freedom says you can leave it. Well, no, your parents both consensually joined it. Now you're born into it. You're born into fascism. Well, you're still allowed to leave. Well, who's going to enforce that? There's no government to enforce it. There's no overarching power to enforce it. So you're fucked. You were born into the wrong system. This just doesn't make sense. It just breaks the fuck down. It's pathetic.
Moral edict. Like, even like murder should be illegal. There's always going to be someone who's like, nope, don't think so. Well, we don't have the consent of the governed. That guy does not agree to the murder is bad fucking rule. So this is stupid. The best we can fucking do is have a democracy. The best we can do is have a system whereby the people have an ability to make their fucking complaints known.
But it's still not voluntary. Voluntary means that the government would just be community that the community pays for voluntarily. You could opt in to pay for it, or you could opt out and not pay for it. It'd be a charity, essentially. That's what government should be.
There already exist charities. Guess what? They're not adequate to respond to the needs of the people. Even the government, as it's currently structured, isn't adequate to respond to the needs of the people.
Shouldn't be this huge thing that can control every aspect of your entire life and take away every right that you love away from you.
This is all just based on this irrational fear of the government. Now, don't get me wrong. To some extent, fear of the government is a rational fucking thing. But the level this guy takes it to, nah, dog. When you get to the point where you're just like, abolish the government because it's scary to me and I'm scared that it might do things that I don't like, that's pretty fucking silly.
Do it all using violence of state and throwing you in a rape cage or just shooting you if you resist. No, it should be voluntary. You can opt out and it can't take your rights. If you want to pay for things that you believe to be essential to society and you believe that government's the only way of doing it, then donate. Opt in and you'll help pay for those things. But it's not needed. It's not required.
It actually is. Like, there's so many logistical things that occur in this country, like roads and police services and fire services and so on and so forth, military, defense, social welfare, things of that nature that they can't be like, you should pay if you want, you don't have to if you don't want to. No, there has to be a fucking edict on that. And if the majority of people don't like it, then they can dismantle it democratically. That's the only, because like if you can't just have like, you can opt in and out of governments because you'll create the very situation I just talked about. Like, oh, if you want to be in this part of this government, anyone can have any government they want at any fucking time. Then some of those governments are going to be authoritarian, and some people are going to voluntarily join authoritarian governments, but then they're going to have kids in those authoritarian governments that have no ability to opt out, and there's no way that you can enforce the opt-out because there's no overarching fucking government that can say, oh, unless you're proposing that, but at that point, how is that voluntary? There's simply no way to make the system that you're born into voluntary. Like, at no point in human history have you been, like, able to choose the conditions of the society in which you are born. That's not a possible thing. It's a fucking silly goddamn idea.
That's what government should be, and that's what government would look like if it was voluntary. What we have today doesn't look.
And it wouldn't work at all. So I guess if you fucking just want to have some pie in the sky idea that just doesn't flat out doesn't fucking work, go ahead.
like that, TJ.
I want to build a road from point A to point B. Well, you can't do it because you don't have the consent of every fucking landowner along the way.
Why can't the businesses pay for the roads? And you
Wait, that wasn't about fucking how to pay for the road. This was a point about how you even get the land rights from one place to another. Because if you want to build a big ass freeway from one point A to point B, and there's some crazy motherfucker in between that owns a shit ton of land, and he says nope, then all of a sudden your road has to go like whoop whoop, and you have some irrationally crazy fucking road that takes some fucking wild roundabout fucking path. And now everybody's got to drive the fucked up road, and they're going to have to pay a fucking toll to drive it, by the way, because, you know, under capitalism, under an ANCAP system, the people who built that road are going to fucking they're going to expect some return on investment. They didn't invest money in that road for nothing. They expect a return. And how are you going to generate that? You're going to have to fucking charge people to drive on that road. So it's going to be, right now we have a system where, you know, if I need to get from point A to point B, I can hop on a fucking interstate freeway that's paid for by tax dollars and take the most expedient route there. Because I live in a country where when they saw that there was a need for a road, the government fucking didn't allow fucking people to opt out of it. They went and said, eminent domain, everything from here to here is ours. We'll give you a fair market rate for it, but you got to get the fuck out because we need a fucking road more than your ass needs this land. And because of that bit of authoritarianism, I have greater freedom because now I can hop on a fucking interstate for free and drive to where I need to go on the most expedient fucking route possible. Whereas under your system, I would have to hop on a fucking road, pay a fucking toll, and then take some wacky fucking up and down all around route because, you know, because there is no eminent domain. And so anybody who says no, we just got to build the road around their fucking land, no matter how massive. What if someone just bought fucking a big strip of land all the way down the country, just like no roads through my land? No one's allowed to even travel through my land. Like, what would you do then? What's the fucking solution to that? Like, let's say someone fucking buys up all the land surrounding a fucking body of fresh water. Like a town, there's a town and there's a little lake where they all get their fresh water from. And someone just like, I'm buying this whole lake and no one's allowed to drink from it. Does the town just have to fucking starve to death? Or are they okay to go and take his fucking property at that point? Like, these are the kind of questions that your fucking philosophy has no answers to. Mine does. Yeah, the people can go and kill that guy and take the fucking water. Because guess what? Their lives are worth more than his fucking property rights.
You say that you can't build roads through people's property. Well, they do it with government, right? So how do they do that? They incentivize them with money.
No, eminent domain. They literally don't give them a choice. They go to them and they say, we need your land, eminent domain. We will pay you market value. And then the person is allowed to challenge it, and there's some legal challenges available for it, but basically you don't win that. If the government wants your land, they can take it. They have to pay you for it, but they can take it.
Same thing that the businesses could do. There's no reason
No, a business would not have eminent domain. Now, in your ANCAP world, those businesses might have an army of thugs they can use to just kill that person and take the land. If y'all think TJ's example of building around someone who opts out is absurd, look up a real-world example involving Tokyo Narita International Airport. The taxiway... Hold on, I'm trying to read the whole comment here. The taxiway... literally built around farms. Okay, so this is an example of what happens when you don't have eminent domain. This is an example of when you cater to the whims of the landowners. This is Tokyo Narita International Airport. Let's take a look and see what the fuck is going on there. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Yeah, someone's gonna have to send me a picture where it's more obvious what the fuck I'm looking at. But I guess that, like, they had to build the runways at, like, all kinds of weird angles and stuff just to, like, appease these farmers. But that's just an airport. Imagine that on the scale of a fucking interstate. That's fucking nuts, bro.
The businesses can't incentivize people with money.
But how do you even own land? How do you even enforce private property rights without some sort of like overarching government institution? If you don't have that, then Coca-Cola can just come along and say, this land is ours. Well, no, it's not. My family's lived here for generations. Well, we have more money, so fuck you. Here's our fucking thugs. Where are your thugs? You can't afford any? Well, then get the fuck out.
Dude, that would make national news. And Coca-Cola would...
National news? Then Coca-Cola buys the newspaper and says, nuh-uh, we didn't do that. We made a fair offer on their land. National news. As if news in your world, just like in this one, honestly, belongs to the fucking highest bidder. So, I mean, like, there's not going to be any sort of, like, a body that's above it to be like, oh, this is fake news, or this is, you know, there's not going to be fact checkers and shit. If there are, then you just fucking create your own fact checkers to go against those fact checkers. Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post. You ever notice how many fucking articles there are about, like, actually, billionaires are fucking great, you guys? You ever notice? The fucking news. So this is what you're relying on? The national news? As if, you know, A, you could kill a journalist. If you're a fucking massive mega conglomeration that's willing to kill people and steal their land, you're not willing to kill a few journalists who get in the way? You're not willing to buy the newspaper and fucking print whatever the fuck lies you want? And by the way, even if it is in the national news, what's anyone going to do? Is it going to cause like a bunch of like freedom fighters to like rise up and fucking challenge the might of Coca-Cola after they just massacred a bunch of people to steal their land? The people are just going to be like, oh man, that sucks that happened. This is so fucking stupid.
Lose all their customers.
Hold on. I'm literally just going to open a fucking thesaurus here. Because we need more fucking ways to say it at this point.
So no, they wouldn't do that.
They wouldn't do it. It just wouldn't happen. Okay.
Well, you got to trust someone with freedom. It might as well be the people. It's
right. Wait. Where did we lose the plot here? What am I missing? That's what I advocate, stupid.
How in the hell in your mind do you advocate for that? That doesn't even make sense. You want an overarching government that's authoritarian, that strips you of all your rights.
No! God! Oh, you're so laughable. You're so ludicrous, naive, senseless, short-sighted, simple, trivial. You're a dummy, you're a loser, you're rash, you're thick, you're unintelligent, you're brainless, dazed, deficient, dense, dim, doltish, dopey, gullible, half-baked, half-witted, idiotic, imbecilic, inane, meaningless, meandering, nonsensical, thick-headed, unthinking, witless, sluggish, puerile, gormless. You're fucking gormless, motherfucker. Whatever that means. Is that like Brett Keane? I'm gormless in the central one. Is that a real word? I don't think it is. Oh, man, bro. Bro.
And you think that's giving the power to the people? What?
All right, we're done with this. Thanks for your response. Please never respond to me again.
What the fuck?
Okay, yeah, we're good. We done it. We done it.
You got a government.
I don't want it. I don't want captions. I just want to go.
That takes 40% of your income.
No. Stop. I don't want no more. I want to just go to the next thing. Yeah. Okay. What is this?
We talked about
Oh, no.
morals and values.
Morals. No.
The reason I brought that up because I was reflecting over the weekend how there are
Oh, my God. Hey, Chelsea, are you watching, baby? Chelsea? Baby girl? Are you watching this shit, baby? Chelsea. Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. Are you there? Chelsea. Goddamn Chelsea. She's fucking asleep or something. God damn you. Chelsea. Why?
Are no morals and values for the most part anymore.
Uh-huh.
And that millennials and Zs, not all but most, have not even heard
Most.
of morals and values or morality.
They haven't even heard of it? You haven't even heard of morality. What? More whatity? What now? Morbidity?
And so when you ask them, do they have it? They don't, because they have no idea what it is. Like, what is
Yeah. Chelsea,
And I re-
baby, sweetie, light of my life, perfect angel of harmonious bliss that has blessed every day of my existence. Could you please get me some herbal refreshment and some sort of drink that I can imbibe, okay? Can't hear him good. Damn it. Son of a bitch. Okay. Well, this didn't work then. I'm just going to fucking... I need to figure out what the fuck is wrong with this goddamn app that fucking makes all my volumes super fucking low, bro.
remember, I reflected a little bit more, and I remember years ago when
How's that?
Oprah and all those radical liberal women was coming to the forefront. They were taking away shame.
Shame? They're taking away shame? Okay.
And I remember interviews where they would talk to people, why are you suppressed? Why are you depressed and all that, right? Because people...
What? I don't know. Yeah, sure, bud. Sounds good. Why you depressed? Why you suppress? Why you egress? Why you impress? Oh,
Will make
God.
me
What if
feel-
I need? Where's Mr. Dapperton? Bring back Mr. Dapperton. What did I do? Why am I here? What's going on?
Shame.
Uh-huh.
The homosexuals and the lesbians were saying that people made them feel ashamed.
Uh-huh. But that was good, right?
And so...
Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to fucking put this on double speed. I think we can all agree this guy talks slow enough that double speed doesn't... It only barely brings him up to a normal rate of speaking. Like, how the fuck does someone who talks for a living this bad at it? You know, like, I understand that I'm not the most eloquent person on the face of the earth. I understand that while I do have the gift of gab to some extent, there are people who can rhetorically chatter circles around me. But I feel like I represent beyond a baseline competence when it comes to, you know, opining on various subject matter and, you know, making cogent sense and having a solid command of the English language. This motherfucker here is like, all right, so a lot of people in this generation, the millenniums and disease, they don't even know what morality even what it is. Morality, mortification, Motorola, they don't even know what it is. And so, you know, what happened is Oprah Winfrey, right? She forgot what it is. The billionaire, the lesbian, liberal women's, they don't know, like, what it is to be shamed. And they don't know the shame, right? And when you don't know and the homosexual used to be shame, and the the lesbian used to be ashamed and shame, and then but listen though, what you know, and you know. And it's like, oh my God, dude, I could have said that in like a sentence. Yeah, the millennials and Zoomers don't really seem to know what morality is anymore. I think it's because they have a reduced capacity for shame due to some of these liberal idiots like Oprah Winfrey peddling this pedagogic fucking nonsense. It's like, shut up, bitch! Why does it take you so long to fucking talk, you mush-mouth motherfucker? How the fuck are you speaking for a living, bro? Jesus, mother, fucking Christ, bitch. Clear the mush out of your fucking mouth. Quit talking to me through a big old bite of mashed potatoes and gravy or whatever the fuck is going on. Or maybe that's what's in your fucking head. Jesus, it's like, hey, I'll give you this. You figured out a way to probably fucking put 2 minutes of content in an 11-minute and 16-second video for me to slog through.
Those women started to encourage people not to be ashamed.
Uh-huh.
And the men sat back and allowed it to happen, not to be ashamed. And now there's no shame in people's game anymore.
Maybe you should be ashamed of how slow you fucking speak. Maybe you should be ashamed of how stupid you are. Maybe you should be ashamed of this dumb fucking rhetoric coming out of your empty fucking skull. Maybe then. I don't know. Maybe that'd be something. Beta. Beta man. Beta. Amazing. Amazing beta. Thanks for the $25. Means pretty soon, if it gets to 100, I got to take another shot of this shit. First one was fucking unpleasant. I think I might have set the goal too high, making it $50 a shot, but honestly, I'm glad because I don't want to take fucking 16 shots of this. But I will. I will.
There's no shame. You can just do what you want. Men wear dresses, women wear pantsuits, and you can even bring your boyfriend or girlfriend home and live in the house with your mama. And sometimes the fathers are there too. And have sex as though you're married. No big deal, no shame. I remember when it was an embarrassment to have babies out of wedlock. If a woman got pregnant out of wedlock, she would have to have a shotgun wedding or go away until the baby comes.
Yeah, out of wedlock. Remember wedlock? Remember when people used to be ashamed to have babies out of wedlock? God. I feel like I'm punching down right now, huh? Like this is like the definition of like punching down. This is like stealing a kid's fucking candy and kicking him in the face. This guy, he ain't worth my fucking time. Next. PragerU, what do we do about the homeless? Okay. This is going to be
What do we do
insidious,
about the
don't you
homeless?
think?
This is one of the most vexing public policy problems we face.
Is it? Let me think. People are homeless. How do we solve it? Ooh, I know. Houses. How about we give them houses? Okay, problem solved. Boom. Actually, more houses than there are actually more empty houses in this country than there are homeless people. Well, fucking fact for you.
If you live in a big city, especially on the West Coast, you literally face it every day.
Uh-huh.
And every day,
You literally face it every day. No, you don't face it every day. The people who are actually homeless face it every day. For you, it's just like some unpleasant visual that's like out of your periphery of your eye. Like you're driving down the street, homeless people. What? What do you want? What you want, baby? Just if you want to. It's there if you want it. I'm just saying, baby. It's there if you want it. You don't have to have it, but it's there. Oh, man, motherfucker. All right.
it seems to get worse. Why? Let's start with a couple facts.
Okay.
First, the word itself is misleading. Homelessness is not primarily a housing problem. It's a human
fuck.
problem. The primary drivers of homelessness are drug addiction and
Oh shit.
No. All right.
That's a lot.
Damn, thanks, though. Thanks,
Wait, so
but
does
no.
that mean you take 2?
Yeah, I gotta take 2. They took me all the way up to fucking 150. I gotta take 2 now.
Fuck.
That's built into the mechanics of the system. I can't fucking do nothing about that.
2 at a time, man.
Hey, you know, I mean,
Thank you.
someone's willing to give $100, they can make me take 2. Someone's willing to give, I'll fucking take as many. I mean, I said I'd take up to 16. So, you know.
Up to 16. Okay.
Yeah, but I'd have to get to $800. So, I mean, if I, you know, it's
Yeah.
probably worth it. I'm going to have a fucking hangover the next day for sure.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to deal with your fucking
Yeah, my outrageous behavior.
your insanity when you're drunk.
Whatever.
You're fucking insane.
I'll be nice. I'll be good. I'll be a good boy.
Last time you guys got him super drunk, it was awful for me.
Oh,
Fucking awful.
yeah, that's true.
So,
I need 1 minute to fucking. I need a second between these shots. The shits.
yeah,
Not
you
like-
shivered.
Ugh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, just remember, you're paying for Chelsea to suffer here too.
Yeah.
So, you know, be nice. All right.
Do you have that cigarette over there?
Yeah. Here you go.
I'll make a new one. in
Yeah,
a
you should
minute.
make a new one because that one's
I
fucking.
know. I was planning on it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a rude drunk. Yeah. Well, I'm a rude sober person. So.
Yeah.
mental illness. According to data from UCLA's California Policy Lab,
I have poured the second shot. I am going to take it in a second. I just need a little fucking time.
approximately 3/4 of people living in cars,
Hey, it's
tents, and on the
Pac-Man.
streets suffer
Hey, Pac-Man, what's up? Me, you bitches. I'm high on crack. Wanna freebase? You guys ever fucking heard that song? Mope by Bloodhound Gang.
from serious mental
shit.
illness, drug addiction, or both.
Uh-huh.
Second, despite these conditions, the homeless actually make rational decisions about where they want to live. Not surprisingly, they move to the most permissive environment they can find. Make your city attractive for the homeless, and they'll beat a path to your doorway. The Venice Boulevard underpass on the border of Los Angeles and Culver City brings home this point. It's one of thousands of concrete structures in Los Angeles County, but there's a curious detail. The Los Angeles side is full of tents, and the Culver City side is empty. Why? Because the two cities have different public policies. Los Angeles has effectively decriminalized public camping and drug consumption, while Culver
Not anymore, by the way.
City enforces the law. This pattern that the homeless go where the policy environment is the most permissive
So wait. So this guy's basically just like, look, guys, we shouldn't allow homeless people to exist, okay? If we just kick homeless people out of everywhere, eventually we'll just drive them into the ocean and they'll be dead. You know what I mean? We don't have to worry about it no more. It's like, what? You think you can solve this just by like kicking them out of anywhere they are? Like eventually they end up somewhere, right?
can be seen up and down the West Coast. In San Francisco County, it's estimated that 30% of the homeless migrated there after becoming homeless somewhere else. In the city of Seattle,
Yeah, you know why? You know why a lot of homeless people go to the West Coast? Because the weather there is way better. The weather in the West Coast, like if I had to be like homeless and I could choose between I'm gonna be homeless in Louisiana or homeless in California, I would make the choice. I'd fucking try to make my way to California too. Not because of policy, because like there's plenty of homeless people in like certain places in fucking Louisiana, but because this place is a humid, sweltering shithole. So going somewhere with a more moderate climate is like pretty much a must.
that number is 51%. The San Francisco Chronicle estimates that hundreds of homeless individuals move to the Bay Area each year because of the perception that it is a sanctuary for people who are unwilling to participate in programs designed to get them off and keep them off a life in the streets.
Yeah, well, a lot of these people are mentally ill, and you guys, as in Republicans, kicked them out of the institutions that used to help them. Not only that, but like a lot of fucking homeless people feel like the streets are actually safer than like homeless shelters because there's a lot of fucking like thievery and rape and like lawlessness that takes place in the homeless shelter. there's actually more, it's like more concentrated there than it is like on the street where they can kind of like spread out. Plus, you know, you probably make more money panhandling than you do actually getting a legitimate job somewhere as a homeless person. Because like, what kind of work are you really going to get? You know, standing on a street corner being like, a lot of times probably actually fucking has better results than going to like, you know, your job is to fucking rummage through scrap metal all day or whatever the fuck.
At first glance, this would seem to make no sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Why would an individual with no shelter or stable source of income move to one of the most expensive cities in the country? But in the world of the homeless, it makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's because they operate under a different set of incentives than the average citizen. In a research survey of homeless migrants in Seattle, 15% said they came to access homeless services, 10% came for legal marijuana, and
Cool.
16% were transients who were traveling or visiting when they decided to set up camp. But this
Hey, I get beaten less here. Maybe I'll stick around this one.
dramatically understates the biggest draw of all, the de facto legalization of street camping, drug consumption, and property crime.
Cool.
As former Seattle public safety advisor
Hey, here's an idea. Give them houses, then they're off the street, You don't have to look at them, you don't have to see them, they're inside. They have a house, or at least an apartment, or something like that. Like, come on, it's not hard, guys. It's like, this has already been tried. Like, Utah actually did this shit. Utah was just like, let's just give the homeless people houses. You know what? It basically eliminated homelessness in that state. You know? It's fucking real easy shit. If you fucking don't like homeless people and you don't like them fucking being attractive nuisances and camping on the street and creating like environments for like crime and property damage and theft and shit like that, then give them fucking houses. Give them a fucking place where they have 4 walls and a fucking ceiling and a bed that they can go to and hang out in with some air conditioning and some like basic fucking amenities and shit. And then guess what? You're not going to have to fucking deal with homelessness anymore because then you got homes. But then, it takes away all incentive for them to work. Well, you just said that they don't even have an incentive to work. Their incentive is to fucking be on the street. Oh, well, I guess if you fucking brutalize them off of every street in America, then you can fucking force them into like homeless camps where they can be tucked away and abused outside of the public eye. But that's a pretty inhumane solution to the problem. Seems to me that if there's a group of people that lack homes, we should give them to them.
Scott Lindsay has shown,
What's this guy's name? Doofus McGoofus.
the city is now home to a large population of homeless, prolific offenders.
Oh, I guess I need to fucking take this shot. Oh, God. Fuck. I should have just done the whiskey. No!
Oh,
What the fuck, bro?
right as you took that one.
No! Why did I do this? I shouldn't have done this. I should have made like $100 a shot or some fucking shit. Oh, God. You people. You're scum.
People who commit property crimes to feed their addictions, but are rarely held accountable for those crimes by the criminal justice.
Legalize drugs as well, because then they wouldn't be fucking price gouged and they'd be able to do it in places that were, not criminal. Like, you legalize the fucking drugs, then you can just buy the drugs at a fucking store and you don't have to pay like every fucking fee the cartels and shit have fucking tacked onto it because of the illegality of it and the risk that they assume transporting it and manufacturing it and everything else. And then voila, you don't have as much of a fucking problem with this. And also, you fucking make it easier to seek out treatment and you make treatment free. Decriminalize the substance at least. If you're not going to legalize it, if that's too far, at least decriminalize the shit. At least stop turning a public fucking health matter into a criminal fucking matter. And then you wouldn't have this property crime and shit because no one's going to have to fucking steal a car stereo to fucking pay for their junk. Because it'd just be available at the fucking store. The drug store. The recreational drug store.
Justice system. So, is ever-increasing homelessness our inevitable future? If our goal is to make life as attractive as possible for the homeless, the answer is yes. If our goal is to actually help the homeless, the answer is no.
How about our goal is to end homelessness? There's only one way to do it. You know what it is? How do you end the plague of people who don't have homes? I don't know. Maybe give them homes. Shocking.
I think his answer would be to get a job.
Get a job, hippie.
But
you know what? It'd be way easier for them to get a job if they have a house.
Yeah.
If the bottom rung of society was you get 4 walls and a ceiling and you get a bed and you get like fucking some basic amenities, like basic shit, just like here's enough to live. Then people would get a job because they want luxuries beyond that. And no one's gonna fucking give money to a panhandler in a society that provides that to people because they're gonna know like you're covered, you're fine. Your existence is not threatened. So they would have to get a job at that point if they wanted anything beyond just a subsistence existence. It actually incentivizes them better, and now they have an address that they can fucking send applications from. And you know what? But TJ, that's socialism. Yeah, for sure. It's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner is a Democrat, but his approach to homelessness is a world apart from his counterparts in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Seattle. It is simply not acceptable for people to live on the streets. It is not good for them, and it is not good for the city, Turner has said.
Amen.
Houston's policy is a perfect example of what Turner calls a tough love approach.
Tough love.
The city has built housing for the chronically homeless, formed a coalition of nonprofit partners, and lobbied the state government for more mental health and addiction services.
Wow, yeah.
At the same time, Turner has enforced a strict ban on public camping and promoted a citywide campaign to discourage citizens from giving money to panhandlers.
Hey, if they fucking have taken care of it, like if they've built housing and they've increased services to mental health and stuff like that, if they've done all that stuff, then I'm okay with them doing other shit. That sounds like a pretty reasonable fucking series of goddamn policies to me. So apparently we're not even in disagreement here. I would think all that stuff would be socialism to the average conservative, but hey, rock on.
The results are as instructive as they are stunning.
Okay, I guess we're on the same page with this guy. Good on you, PragerU. Every once in a while.
Well, Utah basically did that, and they're conservative.
Yeah, broken clock is right twice a day. Based PragerU. Based. Fucking bullshit, motherfuckers. Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Why am I doing this? Okay. Baby, can you give me some shorts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to wear these pants no more.
Okay.
I need to either that or I can just wear my underwear, I guess. I don't know.
What would you rather do?
I guess I'll just fucking wear my undies. I don't know. But there's spiders in here. Goddamn spiders.
Well, shorts aren't really going to protect you from the spiders.
I know. Tequila. Tequila is what TJ is drinking exactly. Pang Maida or whatever the fuck.
It's Jose Cuervo.
Jose Cuervo. Jose Cuervo.
We've had that bottle forever.
Jose Cuervo.
Like over 2 years, I think.
Blue agave gold tequila. 40% alcohol by volume. It's 80 proof, bro.
Oof.
Oof, oof, oof. Oof. Chase it with water. I got a Pepsi mango.
You just screenshot that face.
Oh, God.
Ugh. You're making me feel nauseous. I want to point out something about homelessness.
Okay.
That most people don't really think of.
Uh-huh.
Like you were talking about addresses and stuff
Yeah.
being important, which is true.
Uh-huh.
But
But
a big reason why homeless people can't or don't feel confident enough to go get a job is because they don't have anywhere to bathe.
Yeah.
Like, don't put me in this, please.
I'm not going to.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know. That's something I feel like gets glossed over a lot is like the sanitation part of homelessness. Because sleeping outside, it sucks. But like we've done that for a lot of our history. I don't know. But as far as like being clean and going to the bathroom in a clean spot, like that's a big part of it.
That's true. You're true, baby.
Thanks.
What? Why was that a sarcastic thanks?
It wasn't, I guess.
You're like, thanks. Thanks. I suppose I appreciate you agreeing with me. Do the sea salt and lemon. I don't have any. I guess I got the sea salt. I don't got the lemon, though.
Oh, yeah. You have to have like a phone number or like email address for them to contact you about the job. That's true.
8675309.
Okay, TJ's already feeling those shots.
No, I'm not.
We're talking about like serious shit, and you're just like fucking singing one of the stupidest songs ever recorded.
Well, you said you have to have a phone number. So I was just saying 867.
You giving him a phone number? I got you.
Right. I imagine the homeless guy giving him the phone number 8675309. 8675309. I mean, I can fucking karaoke that one. I don't know any of the words to it, so I'd be like,
You know the number.
yeah.
That's pretty good.
I don't even know what the fuck. 8675. Is that just the name of the song? I don't even know.
It's called Jenny.
Jenny?
I guess.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you need this.
I don't need it. I'm good. I can use this one.
Oh, okay. Don't knock over that pig.
I don't know the words to this, so. Hey! Hey! I'm just gonna. Jenny, who can I turn to? You give me. Not yet. You give me something I can hold on to. That big fat ass, Jenny. I know you think I'm like the others before. Who saw your name? Not yet. So pause. Number on the wall. It's got a little voice behind me. Jenny, I got your fucking number, you stupid bitch. I need to make you mine, girl. Jenny, don't change your number. 8675309. 8675309. 8675309. Yeah, bitch. Jenny, you're the girl for me. Oh, you don't know me, but you make me so happy, Jenny. I want to spank your fat ass and watch it jiggle, Jenny. I tried to call you before, but I lost my nerve. Tried my imagination, but I was disturbed. Jenny, I got your number. I need to make you mine. Jenny, don't change your number. 8675309. 8675309. 8675309. 75309. This is the stupidest fucking song
I know,
ever
that's
written,
what
dude.
I said.
I got it. I got your number on the wall, Jenny. I got it. For a good time. For a good time call. Yeah. Gonna call the number on the bathroom stall?
Yeah,
Damn.
for a good time.
That means Jenny will suck your fucking dick, bro. have no idea what that's supposed to be. Hey, Jenny, don't change your number. I need to make you mine. Jenny, I call your number 8675309. 8675309. God damn, there's more. Jenny. Who can I turn to for the price of a dime? Wow, I don't know if you want to fuck Jenny if it's only a dime.
I think they mean the call.
Oh, right. Wow.
Yeah.
I thought Jenny's ass was a dime.
I thought that at first.
8675309.
I was like, damn.
8675309. 8675309. You're only 5309 again. 5309. Jenny, I'm gonna make your ass mine. 8675309. Well, that's a terrible fucking song, bro.
For the cost of a dime.
For the cost of a dime, I shall fuck you sublime. Surprised Tommy Two-Tone never had another hit, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a good fucking song, eh?
Really good.
That's a good song, bro.
Tommy Two-Tone.
Tommy Two-Tone.
It sounds like a character from like a kid's show.
It sounds awful. Everything about that song is insipid, but whatever. It ties into the homelessness thing because Tommy Two-Tone is probably homeless by now, right? I hope so, anyway. 8675309.
Oh, Jesus.
Tucker, it's time for Tucker. Okay, hold on. I probably want to turn let's see what the volume's at.
One of the most bewildering things that's happened in the past few years is watching nonprofit organizations.
One of the most bewildering things that's happened in the past few years is watching you fucking actually get popular. I remember when you were like, had a failed show on MSNBC, and you had a failed show on HLN, and you had a failed show everywhere. And then all of a sudden, you're fucking like hot shit in a champagne glass.
Completely betrayed.
What?
I'm going to go in the other room.
All right,
I'm
fine.
going to watch still if you need anything.
Yep.
I love you.
Get out of here.
Okay.
I love you too. Perfect. Can you go turn that fucking AC on? It's too hot. I'm going to fucking turn on some background music to hide the sound of it. Because I can't take it anymore. Too fucking hot. Too fucking hot. Too fucking hot. Too fucking hot. It's too fucking hot. I can't do it no more. It's too fucking hot.
Their core mission. Education organizations setting out to hurt children. Environmental organizations promoting crowding and illegal immigration, which hurts the environment. And of course, the watchdog fact checkers online who abet lying. But maybe no turnaround has been more bewildering than what's happened to the American Civil Liberties Union. An organization founded to defend civil liberties has now decided to attack civil liberties and strip you of your rights. The ACLU, in its most latest announcement, tells us the Second Amendment, one of your civil...
Dude, 2 shots, bitch. Fucking asshole piece of shit, bro. You fucking shitting me with this? God damn it. At least I'm getting money, I guess. But I fucking... You know, $50 a shot sounded fucking steep when I wrote it. But now I'm kind of wishing I'd done like 75, 100 or something, because fucking A.
Civil liberties is racist. Quote, racism is foundational to the Second Amendment and its inclusion in the Bill of Rights. Is that true? We're going to be literal for a second and ask Julian Noir. He advocates for the Second Amendment for a living. He's a friend of ours, and we're happy to have him on tonight.
Wait, why don't you ask someone who fucking believes the statement, and then you argue with them since you're already the opposition? Why would you just brought on someone like, Here's someone that already agrees with me, and he's black. So here's my black shield to my stupid ideology. The ACLU, by the way, is an organization that's set out to defend the First Amendment. The American Civil Liberties Union is fucking primarily a First Amendment fucking organization, not a Second Amendment organization. That's the NRA or like one of those. And by the way, I don't even agree with the ACLU on this. But like, what is the ACLU actively doing against the Second Amendment other than making a fucking statement on their Twitter account?
Going on North, thank you so much for coming on. So the Second Amendment, look, both of us know exactly what's going on here. This is a power grab by the people in charge, and they want to keep you from defending yourself. But let's just take this
power grab by the people in charge. I want to keep defending you. It's fucking gun shit. Once again, the mythology of guns in America. Guns are gonna get you. What are you gonna defend when RoboCop exists? You seen the Boston Dynamics robot, right? What are you gonna do when that shows up? What are you gonna do when the drone shows up and fucks you in the ass with a fucking ballistic missile, right? Your gun ain't gonna do shit. They ain't gonna be sending fucking organic, soft flesh units to get you soon. Pretty soon they're gonna be sending fucking RoboCop after your ass. What good's your AK gonna do then? Nothing. Ain't gonna do shit. So who cares? Government don't give a fuck if you got guns. ACLU don't give a fuck if you got guns. ACLU power grab. Give me a break.
Literally for a minute, just for fun, because we're literal people. Is the Second Amendment racist?
No, the Second Amendment is not racist. Now,
all right, let's fucking see. I don't know. I could fucking have a knee-jerk reaction like, no, it ain't. Let's see the logic that says it is. Because, you know, that's not being presented here. So let's see, what's the fucking argument that it is racist, okay? Historian uncovers racist roots of Second Amendment. Do black people have full Second Amendment rights? This question historian Carol Anderson set out to answer after Minneapolis police killed Philando Castile. Black man, blah, blah, blah. Here was a black man who was pulled over by police. The police officer asked to see his identification. Philando Castile, using the NRA guidelines, alerts the officer that he has a licensed weapon with him, and the officer began shooting. In the 1990s, after the assault on the Branch Davidians compound in Waco, Texas, the National Rifle Association condemned federal authorities as they jackbooted government thugs, but Anderson says the organization went virtually silent when it came to Castile's case. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. In her new book, The Second Race and Guns Are Fatally Unequal America, Anderson traces racial distinctions in America's treatment of gun ownership back to the founding of the country and the Second Amendment, which states, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the rights of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The second of the language of the amendment, Anderson says, was crafted to ensure that slave owners could quickly crush any rebellion or resistance from those whom they'd enslaved. And she says the right to bear arms, presumably guaranteed to all citizens, has been repeatedly denied to black people. So basically they're saying that one of the reasons that the Second Amendment was in the Constitution to begin with was to crush slave uprisings, which, I mean, that was a serious threat to the power structures of the time, so it's pretty reasonable to say that they would have fucking included it for that reason. I don't think that's the only reason. But, you know, to think that crossed the Founding Fathers' minds is not a fucking far-fetched idea, considering almost all of them were slave owners. And slave revolts were, a thing that slave owners kind of feared, because there's more slaves than there are slave masters, right? So, yeah, you're kind of at that point scared of the black people rising up and fucking demanding their rights. So, yeah, I guess there's a little fucking bit of racism in the Second Amendment. That seems like a pretty fair argument. But are we even going to see that argument presented here on Tucker Carlson tonight? Of course not. We're not even going to hear that. We're not even going to hear that debated. We're just going to hear, oh, they call it racist. Assholes, idiots, morons. Like, are they even going to bring up that rationale at all? If they brought it up and then had some refutation for it, I'll respect them fucking 10 times more than I do. But they're not even going to bring it up to you. They're not even going to present what their opposition is saying. They're just going to fucking go with some superficial knee-jerk shit that they can react to. Oh, they've gone too far.
If you want to make the argument, you can make the argument that gun control is racist, and there are concrete facts to demonstrate that gun control has a history rooted in racism. But the Second Amendment in and of itself isn't racist. For Christ's sakes, we're talking about a country that got its independence.
Did you just say the Lord's name in vain, sir? That's not the kind of guest I want here in Tucker Carlson. Whatever.
By a group of people coming together with their own
I'm fucking drinking, asshole. All right, here we go. 2 shots. 2 shots. Ugh.
Oh, God.
Ugh, okay. That's 1. Okay.
Oof. Oh, why tequila? Why did I choose tequila? Oh, I'm so fucking stupid. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Here we go.
To fight off a tyrannical government.
I have another one.
And then
I'm
as a
waiting a
result
second.
of that, writing the Second Amendment so that we can continue to protect that country. So
Right.
the notion that the Second Amendment is racist is honestly nothing but a red herring.
Well, they're not, once again, not bringing it up. They're not bringing up the fucking logic for why the Second Amendment's racist. Like, it's a pretty fucking simple argument. During the time it was written, there were slaves. The Second Amendment was written by slave owners, largely. There were fears in the colonies of slave revolts. One of the reasons that the Second Amendment was so important to these guys was so that they could crush slave rebellions. Therefore, there's a little bit of racism in the Second Amendment. But they're not even going to address that. They're just going to totally bypass the argument. They don't give a fuck about it. Because they don't care what the truth is. They just want to fucking have their ideological shit. What's up? Y'all want you to give me what? Yep. Yeah, order a pizza or something. You want to do that, or you want to do something else? Okay, well, just figure it out. I'll eat whatever. I hope she does that pizza, though. Because I could go for a pizza.
Because if you can color the Second Amendment and make it seem like it's racist, then anybody defending the Second Amendment is inherently defending racism.
Not necessarily. No. That doesn't fucking, no, that doesn't add up. Pointing out that some of the motives in creating the Second Amendment might have been racist is not the same thing as saying that I oppose the Second Amendment. For instance, I can acknowledge, look, it's perfectly possible for me, like, while I do think that some of the motivations behind the creation of the Second Amendment may have indeed had their roots in racism, I do support the right of the people to keep and bear arms because I think there are still legitimate reasons why that amendment is necessary. Wow, I did it! Holy shit! So, what are you talking about again? These people, man, they got no fucking scruples.
Well, that's exactly right. And it's, I remember, I'm not...
Look at that fucking tone of reverence. Well, that's exactly right. Well, that's exactly right. Wow. That is so right. Oh my God. That's one of the rightest things I've ever heard. Oh, I feel it. Oh, my balls are tingling. Oh, my little white cock is throbbing because of how right you are, black man. Oh, I love guns and I love black dick. Shove that big black gun-loving dick up my all-American lily white ass. All right, am I mocking Tucker Carlson or am I channeling my own deep desires? They're not that deep. They're right. They're pretty close to the surface.
An American history expert or anything, but I thought that men from a bunch of northern states took their own guns south to end slavery by force. They used
Wow, it's almost like a complex issue with multiple facets or something.
the Second Amendment to liberate enslaved Africans. I mean, it's completely insane.
It's completely insane. It's completely insane. That's why I won't even address the argument, because it's completely insane. I won't even actually talk about the rationale behind this, because it's completely insane. You know, and actually, a lot of people use their Second Amendment rights to save the slaves.
Who are they fighting against, Tucker? Who are they fighting against? So wait, if you're going to fucking make the case that all kinds of people took up arms, used their Second Amendment rights to fight to free the slaves, then you also have to make the case that another half of the country took up arms to do what? To fight against that half, to keep the people enslaved. So, really not much of a fucking argument there, is it, huh? Oops.
Pointed out.
honestly, the book that the ACO is.
All right, fuck it. Shot number, what are we at, 6? Have I taken more shots than I'm even supposed to? I feel like I've done more than, whatever. Blech.
Basing this off of is written by an author who is legitimately anti-gun. She literally said it in a conversation with the ACLU where she said she doesn't believe that the citizens should have semi-automatic guns, which, as you and I both know, that's nearly every gun in the country.
Okay.
So that should tell you.
Oh my God, the personal politics of the person who made the case is fucking, that they don't like guns, so obviously we don't have to listen to the thing they said. Guys, just fucking look beyond the smoke screen for a second. It makes fucking rational goddamn sense that the fucking slave owners who wrote the Constitution might have had slave rebellions in mind when they drafted the Second Amendment. Like, that, you can still have whatever position on the Second Amendment you want. But at the end of the day, yeah, that probably was a fucking factor in the minds of fucking Thomas Jefferson and fucking whoever else, okay?
Everything about what this is designed to do. All it is masking a anti-gun agenda under the cloak of racism. And they know exactly what they're doing. And I just hope that people aren't continuing to fall for this because they've been doing it for a long time now. And personally, I think it's kind of disgusting trying to utilize the racial past in this country to get the people.
Oh, the indignant. Oh, it's disgusting. Oh my God, making points about the historicity of certain fucking events. Looking at certain events through the lens of race. Disgusting. It's not disgusting, okay? It's a fucking legitimate fucking quandary.
Keep the very people who probably need the gun the most away from the Second Amendment. I just don't understand it, and I don't get it. And then the fact that I'm merely on here talking to you as one of the most prominent two-way defenders in the country, as a young black man, is also kind of bewildering to me, considering.
Oh yeah, that's really fucking poignant. It makes a lot of sense. Matters a lot. Hey, let's see if I can get that vegan guy on here. Maybe I can get that vegan guy to debate me. Let's see. What's this shit? Oh, yeah, the video. Okay, yeah, thanks, buddy. Someone sent me a video about how that fucking airport's fucked up, but I think we're past the need for that, right? Let's see. Where is he at? Perspective philosophy. How about now? That's fucking legit, right? Amen. So these guys are just dishonest fucking charlatans. I don't know what to tell you about this. This is like, whatever. I'm not even anti-Second Amendment. I believe people should have guns if they want them. I don't think that, I don't think it makes any sense to try to stop people from having them. I don't think that they actually will do anything against a fucking government that decides to be more tyrannical than it already is. I don't think that they provide much of a safeguard of liberty or freedom. I don't buy into any of those arguments, but I don't really feel like it's even feasible to stop people from having guns. I think it's even going to become less feasible as 3D printer technology becomes a thing. So I'm not really against the Second Amendment. I don't think that there's really too much of a deleterious social effect from it. But at the same time, I can recognize that academically speaking, yeah, there probably is some kind of connection between racism and the Second Amendment when I look at the actual rationale to support it, which is not even being addressed here. It's just these guys run cowering and screaming away from any sort of fucking substance. And honestly, it's fucking pathetic. Do you guys find that me talking to you with my AC running in the background is a problem for the quality of the audio? Or do you feel like it's okay? Just let me know. We have a trailer for God's Not Dead 4. I thought they were done with this. So God's Not Dead bears a unique distinction. God's Not Dead is probably the only film that I've ever seen that managed to offend me. Can't hear what much. Oh, the background. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, good. I know that sometimes because the volume, the noise suppression on my board it sometimes leads to there being an awkward sort of tss at the end of sentences when I'm talking. You might notice it at the end of the sentence right here. Hopefully it's not too much of an issue, but it's too hot in here for me not to have the AC running, so I hope it's not too distracting. I apologize if it is, but I kind of have to go with it. This fucking sucks ass. God's Not Dead is this distinction of the only fucking movie ever fucking pissed me off, offend me, hurt my fucking soul, make me feel like I need to cry, because there was a scene where the atheist character is run over by a fucking car, and then the Christians come up to him and convert him to Christianity just before he dies, and then they treat his death like it's a good thing, because at least he was saved. And it just felt like really like that my own life was being cheapened because I didn't believe in a fucking fairy tale, and it made me feel sick to my fucking stomach, and I was so fucking disgusted and outraged by it that I've never forgiven the film series since then. The second one was equally gross, but I guess it wasn't equally gross because I never had that moment where I puked my guts out. The third one actually was a little bit of a step in the right direction because it at least it kind of had a message of like, don't force your faith onto people. But that one was also the least commercially successful, so they're probably going back to what works. I haven't checked out this trailer yet. Let's see what it's about.
Freedom is a fragile thing, and it's never more than one generation away from extinction. And those in world history who have known freedom and then lost it have never known it again.
Let's face it, your God, your book, they're in the way. You feel that you're making a last-ditch stand for your faith, and you've chosen this as a hill that you're willing to die on.
See, this guy here was better when he was like a little side character, okay? Because in the first movie, the primary fucking focus was the God-believing student versus his asshole atheist professor. And as much as I despise that movie, that's a way better hook than the fucking trials and tribulations of this doofus, okay? This guy's been in every movie, but he used to be a side character, and ever since like I think the third movie, but maybe the second, he's kind of become more of a main character.
Our whole faith started because one man chose a hill he was willing to die on.
Oh my gosh, shut up, you fucking asshole motherfucker. He chose a hill he was willing to fucking Golgotha. Fuck off.
I would like to call this hearing of the House Subcommittee to order. Right now.
What fucking Christian fan fiction you got for me today, bro?
Well, that's definitely the way to...
Man, I specifically took Sundays off from my job when I went back for Abandoned Hope, and you took it and you do it on Monday. I'm sorry, dude. So I didn't do it on Sunday because I had a long work week, and I wanted to spend some time with my wife. Just kind of having a nice chill day because like every day I'm doing something for the show. Every day I'm having Scotty over here and, doing stuff with him and talking to Paul, and we're having meetings, and we're fucking planning out stuff, and we're doing Dank D&D, and we're planning out like what our company's going to do in the future and how we're going to approach content and how we're going to approach finance, and how we're going to approach everything that goes into fucking running like a podcasting business that you guys don't necessarily have fucking, access to and shit. But it's a long fucking thing. It's a lot of stressful shit. And honestly, Sunday was my first day off of my weekend. I get a nice little break of 3 days. It's not really a break because I still have to do stuff for my own channel and this stuff and, whatever else. But I wanted one day that was truly just an off day. So I took Sunday for that, and I figured I'd do this Monday shit. I know that it's Monday night and stuff, but, honestly, I figure that Monday night people need entertainment more than they need it Sunday night. Because people have just worked and stuff, and a lot of people fucking stress, and they got to go to work the next day, and they need something to watch while they're fucking going to bed and stuff, and I figured this would be a good thing for that. So I decided to do it Monday instead. Now, maybe the next I'll do Sunday or whatever day. I don't know. If you guys have a day that's most convenient for you, let me know. But I thought Monday was not a bad day to do it. Anyway.
Mandate universal educational guidelines.
Once we decide what a child needs to know, it becomes imperative that every child know it. Remember the visit we got from social services the other day?
I'm here to review your homeschooling environment.
What even is the plot? So they're trying to they're deciding the educational standards for the kids is like, are they like explicitly saying like God is not real on the test or something? Like, what's the premise here?
Religion has been removed from our schools. They're teaching kids that they don't need God.
If your children do not show up at school a week from Monday, you will be charged with contempt of court, meaning you will be incarcerated.
What even is going on? There is going to be a second Abandon Hope this month. That's true. Because there was not one last month. I had some issues come up on the day I was supposed to be doing it. And I couldn't do it. I had some, like, vocal performance issues.
Shannon said last night she doesn't want her parents going to jail.
This is bigger than just homeschooling. I think we should fight
Oh, it's about homeschooling. Okay, gotcha.
We need to.
Just want to make sure you understand what you're fighting here.
Our district teaches a revisionist version of history.
If God is for us, who can be against us?
Around here, just about everyone else.
The country is just now beginning to realize that unity means
Christian Victim Complex 4. Listen, homeschooling, yeah, I'm pretty much against it. I don't buy the freedom argument. I think that homeschooling, it's just like, it's honestly and obviously just an excuse to indoctrinate kids with religion. So I don't believe in that. I don't believe in religious education. I think that a child should get a secular education. If you want your kid to like know about your religious faith, then that should be in the church. That should be supplemental. That should have nothing to do with their actual education. Their education should be secular, because we need to value truth, not the freedom of you to educate your kids however you want. Fuck that shit. Kids should be taught critical thinking skills. Kids should be taught to see through the fucking lies of religion. And yeah, we should actually actively try to create educational conditions that are deleterious towards the forces of religion, because those hold back humanity. So, amen.
winning under our terms.
For 2,000 years, men have been trying to get rid of Christianity. What makes you think that you can accomplish what they couldn't?
They didn't have.
Makes you think they could, yeah, well, the fucking, because it's on the way out anyway. I mean, Christianity, like, it's, you guys act like Christianity has such a stranglehold, but it's like a 2,000-year-old religion. I mean, religions come and go. There have been religions that lasted for thousands of years and then fucking poof, vanish in a puff of smoke. And Christianity just be another one of those. I look forward to the day where the vast majority of Americans recognize Christianity as nothing more than a myth. And, you know, honestly, I think that I might live to see that day.
Have an 83% approval rating.
Ugh, that's a terrible fucking song. Couldn't even do like a new version.
That's part of your plan, isn't it? Keep us all divided so we don't realize that you're really chipping away at our freedoms and liberties.
What about the freedoms and liberties of the kid to not be indoctrinated into lies? You want, like, the freedom you're fighting for is the freedom to lie to your children and tell them that there's some kind of fucking all-powerful boogly-woogly up in the sky that has a series of edicts for them to fucking obey. So this is not, like, this, I don't know, this is a stupid freedom. Who gives a fuck about that freedom? That freedom can go fuck itself. Every freedom is not good. The freedom to fucking rape is not good. The freedom to kill someone is not good. The freedom to steal from someone is not good. The freedom to lie to your fucking children. It's not as bad as those other ones I just listed, but it's not good.
America is a country so blessed to whom much is given.
Why did Paul get timed out? What? Paul? No, not Paul. I'm the great. So, yeah, I don't. Did he even do anything? I don't see. Yeah, what did Paul Sitter do? Alejandro Alvarez. Alejandro, what'd you use the wrench for? What was that about? Hold on, we gotta fucking figure out what the fuck's going on here. Alejandro, what was the justification for the timeout there? I'm not going to take your wrench away or anything, so don't fucking feel like you need to like be scared or some shit about it. I'm not like going to fucking take your wrench away. I just want to know what the fucking rationale was for that, because I looked through his comments and I didn't see anything. Halt the show? I mean, this is part of the show. I want to know what the fuck the justification was for fucking timing him out. Where the fuck is Alejandro or whatever the fuck? Alejandro. Come on. What was it about? Why'd you time the guy out? Where you at? I know you're fucking here. You just timed the motherfucker out like a second ago. Maybe it's like a serious lag on his end. I don't fucking know. Scared? There's no reason to be scared. I already said I'm not taking the wrench away. I just want to know what the fuck. Why? What'd he do? What'd he do? What'd he do? Maybe Alejandro is watching like on a fucking like way fucking Oh, you're unable to unhide him? Oh wait, he got hidden? He wasn't just timed out, he was actually outright hidden? What'd he do? Wait, what'd he fucking do? Paul, I'm sorry, Paul. I didn't see you do anything, especially not to get hidden. What the fuck what is going on, man? Why is Alejandro literally just banned this dude, so where the fuck is he? Like, why am I not hearing anything back from his ass? Maybe he's like way behind on where the fucking stream is or something. I don't fucking know. Like, what are we doing here? I want to know what the fuck is going on. I want to know why the fuck someone was fucking hidden in my chat for no fucking good reason. All right, well, I'm giving Paul the wrench for now. That's my fucking thing. Paul, because you were discriminated against unfairly, you get the wrench. I don't know if it was an honest mistake or not, because fucking, for some reason, Alejandro is not responding. I don't know why the fuck he's not. I assume he has a good reason not to. He's probably behind on where the stream is, or he walked away for a minute or something. But, whatever. I guess we'll see.
Much will be required.
You see those statues and those monuments out there? They say, you work for us.
You are out of order, Mr. Bell.
A government of the people, by the people, for the people.
Yeah! Once again, Christian fan fiction where people just cheer theocracy openly. Like the entire crowd is just like, yay, theocratic dictatorship, woo! The people. What about fucking God's Not Dead, separation of church and state? Hey, TJ, just tuned in and watching at work. I'm going to fucking read the rest of your day here. Let me fucking, whatever, fresh that. Hey, TJ, just tuned in and watching this at work. Here's 1/3 of what I make an hour. Come visit Kansas City sometime, man. You won't love KC, but it's definitely a hidden gem in the Midwest. Come visit, and we can partake in some legal medical tobacco. Thank you. Insert coins to begin. I appreciate you, and thank you for your fucking donation and all that bullshit. You're sweet. Okay. Well, anyway, that's garbage. What's next? Ben Shapiro. Oh my fucking God. Give me a break.
Going to take a look at some of the most woke TikTok clips out there.
Oh,
now,
shut
my producers
up.
tell me these are particularly difficult to watch, but I will be the judge.
So I'm going to take a look at the most particularly egregious examples of woke leftism on TikTok, and that we are going to respond to many of these things that we see on the woke globalist agenda that takes place on the TikTok platform, and my producers assure me that this is quite egregious.
I hate this fucking little bitch motherfucker, dude. I want to piss in his fucking face. That's what I want to do. Piss in Ben Shapiro's face.
You may regret that.
Before we begin, I want to give a shout out to Giant Partners for sponsoring this video.
Of course you do. Of course. Next.
And sexual attraction while others don't. Both are completely valid and communication is key. Hope I could help. Check out my hashtag VampireKidExplains for more.
It did. It helped. It helped. I now understand nothing about what just happened. How?
Yeah, me neither. I don't understand what's going on either, Ben. You and I can get some camaraderie going on this one.
Hard do we have to work to come up with sexual minorities now? Right? We have such a viciously intolerant, brutal, sexist, heteronormative, cis-patriarchal society. We have alienated so many people that they have to work so hard to come up with being a member of a sexual minority. That used to just like a person who didn't want to have sex, but who sometimes has sex. How do you exactly, do you like identify into it? And sometimes you're into the sex, you're no longer a cupiosexual, but this is the thing. It's all fluid, right? You can be whatever you want at any time. And no one has to verify any of this. You just declare yourself a sexual minority.
I declare.
So it's fun to watch how we have created basically two categories in American society, the victimized and the victimizers. And when you create those two categories, everybody wants to be in the victimized category because you don't want to be a victimizer. So now you're like a cupiosexual or a demisexual was the other one that was recently in the news because of Andrew Cuomo's daughter declaring herself a woman who only wants to have sex with people to whom she's emotionally attracted, which used to just be called a woman. But it's all good times. You have
oh my God. I don't want it. I'm sexually attracted to the concept of not having to watch this video. What sexuality is that? That's what I'm sexually attracted to. Please. Please. Don't make me watch this. Oh.
Terms for everything now. Terms up the wazoo.
Terms. Not terms. Ben Shapiro's nightmares. Ah! Terms. Terms. He wakes up. Ah! I saw terms. I saw terms. It's horrible. It was a nightmare.
Governor Abbott has just lifted the mandatory mask mandate in the entire state of Texas. Now businesses are back at 100% capacity. So when there's
what are you doing to me? As a fresh wrench, you must celebrate by watching you have another delicious shot of Jose. What have I done? Why did I wrench you? I regret immediately giving you the wrench. I almost want to just take it away from you now, but whatever. I guess I'll let you have this because you were unfairly persecuted by one of my mods who still has not explained themselves. Alejandro, explain yourself, you son of a fucking bitch. All right. I filled this too much because I'm drunk. Oh, no. I don't want to do this anymore. Oh, well, it's called Abandoned Hope for a reason, right? Oh, fuck. What have I done? Oh, I blew into it, and it blew in my eyes, and the alcohol stings my eyes. No! That was horrible. Ugh. Ugh. Baby, bring me a towel. You still watching, right? Bring me a fucking towel, baby. Ugh. That's horrible, man.
a giant spike in our country, you're going to know exactly who to blame. You can say don't mess with Texas all you want. You know who can mess with Texas?
By the way, Texas currently has sky-high COVID rates, so yeah, this chick was actually right. I don't know what Ben Shapiro is going to say against logic, but okay.
The wrath of God. Viruses don't care about your weird state pride.
No! No! Christian McDougal, you piece of fucking shit! I don't want to. I don't want to! I'm only halfway to the amount of shots. Yes. I can't stop, baby. 16 shots, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Don't do it, she says.
Oh, you're only halfway there?
Halfway there, baby. $400. So where I am now, I only have to get twice as drunk as I am now, and then fucking bazoom, bazam, bazim, bro. Well, give me some water to dilute it then. Chelsea's not liking this. Chelsea's like, why did you do this? What is wrong with you? All right, hold on. Every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every single day, every word you say, every game you play, every night you stay, I'll be watching. Oh, can't you see you belong to me? How my poor heart aches with every step you take, every move you make, every vow you break, every smile you fake, every claim you stake, I'll be watching you. Since you've been gone, I've been lost without a trace. I dream at night, I can only see your face. Look around, but it's you I can't replace. Feel so cold and I long for your embrace. I keep crying. Baby, baby, please. Please, little corn pop, baby. Oh, yeah. My sweet little corn pop. You're such a good boy, corn pop. You want to sing the next verse? Oh, can't you see you belong to me? That's literally true with you. You see, you belong to me. How my poor heart aches with every step you take, every jar of water you break, every vow to destroy my house you make, every smile you fake, every claim you stake. I'll be watching you, corn pop. You're a piece of shit. I'm a hypocrite. You bring out in me my Republican side, corn pop. Because when you fucking piss me off, I want to just lock you in a closet and forget about you. Because you're horrible. I'll be watching you. I'll be watching you, my little corn pop. My sweet little kitty cat. Love you, buddy. I gotta take this shot. Ugh. Gross. Alejandro, hey, you're back. I'll be watching you. I'll be watching you, Alejandro. Alejandro, you banned a guy named Paul Sitter, dude. Why'd you do it? Why you done what you done? Explain yourself. Drink water. Oh, my God.
Fuck you guys, man. I didn't mute it. It was unplugged. That's all. It was unplugged. Oh, can't you see you belong to me? Alejandro, why'd you do that? You did it by accident? Okay, no problem then. You're fine. I just want to know. I want to know if he actually fucking did something. I gave the dude a wrench, okay? I gave him a wrench because of what you did. I don't even know if he's trustworthy or what. I usually give that to people who are fucking worth a shit. I don't know if he's worth a shit. But I gave him a wrench just to compensate him. So hopefully he's got to prove himself. But Paul, I'm watching you, bitch. Okay?
Get over it.
Did the spike happen?
Nope.
It did
See,
not.
so Paul, let me fucking explain to you the unique position you're in, okay? So most people who have a wrench, it's because they did or said something that resonated with me on a deep level. And that means they came in with good fucking stock with me. You get the wrench as compensation. So you come in with negative stock. So you have to... Most of these people already proved themselves to me before they got a wrench. You got the wrench before you proved yourself to me, so you have a choice. You can prove yourself to me and keep your wrench, or if you suck ass, Paul, not my Paul, but Paul, not the Paul, but like fake Paul Sitter. I'm just going to call you Sit. Sit, you got to fucking prove yourself, bitch. That's all I'm saying, okay? Because if you don't prove yourself, if you suck ass... and you misuse your power, you gone. I want you to understand that, okay? Sing Antichrist Superstar. Okay. The fuck is this shit? Get out of here. What is this? Go away. No one wants that. It's not even showing anything. Stop this. Hey, it's pizza, bro. Get that. You went to the store? Oh. Okay. I didn't know that. I don't know if there's a good version. Let's see. Let Ben Shapiro talk in the background.
Not. Also, I have a feeling this may be...
Oh, shit, I missed it. Hold on. Gotta go back.
Ironically. It's funny how the left will always talk about the rap and God with all these...
You built me up with your wishing hell. I didn't mean to sell you. You threw your money in the pissing well. You do just what they tell you. Repent! That's what I'm talking about. I shed my skin to feed the fake. Repent! That's what I'm talking about. Whose mistake am I anyway?
That's what they said, you know? That's what they said.
Cut the head off. Grows back hard. I am the Hydra. You'll see your star.
And also she, and they and him, but not her. That's another one. That's totally. All of this is designed. All of this is designed.
Finger is done. The moon has now eclipsed the sun. Angel has spread his wings. The time has come for bitter things. Break your finger. It is done. Moon has now eclipsed the sun. Angel has spread his wings. The time has come for bitter things.
This little cutie is my son Dennis.
That's what he's talking about. I shed my skin to feed the fake. Repent. That's what he's talking about. Whose mistake am I anyway?
Feminists, we've got A is for awesome, 23 inspirational women.
Cut the head off.
About boys and girls liking whatever they want.
Grows back hard. I am the Hydra. Now you'll see your star.
Naturally inclined toward being a terrible, horrible person, and so she must indoctrinate him to believe that males and females are completely fluid categories, and also that white males naturally are going to be rapey. It seems like good times over there, but when you're a parent, you don't.
It is quite clear our Antichrist is almost here.
There's a person picking a value system.
Time has come. It's quite clear. Antichrist is almost here.
They're what's known as neopronouns. What are neopronouns? They're basically your own custom pronouns. When no other pronouns will fit,
Yeah.
It depends on the person and their pronouns. They, them follows a similar spelling to they and them, and even similar grammar rules like there and there. So
cut the head off!
Things like that.
Grows back hard! I am the Hydra! See your star!
And we're all supposed to pretend this is normal. Oh my god, we're all supposed to pretend that we're gonna go along with this now. Like, okay, I just felt so marginal.
Come, it's quite clear. Antichrist almost here.
In which I prefer.
Time has come, it is quite clear. Our Antichrist is almost here.
Those are my new pronouns. So every time I come in the room, I want someone to say, well, instead of like, there he goes, be there goes. We are taking all of the things, like reason and human language, that used to be universal.
Oh no, I dropped a pepperoni. Oh. Ben Shapiro's so smart, bro. Chelsea trying to combat the alcohol going through my veins with this fucking pizza, bro. Trying to fill my belly up with pizza to absorb some of the tequila. Not a bad strategy, you know.
And humanizing, and we are removing those in favor of just random Good times, good times. We'll get to more of this TikTok brilliance in just 1 second. First,
I don't care about your little ad, bitch. Move on. Ugh.
And women too. Trans men and women too. Wow. First of all, just the musical talent on display is spectacular. The hijacking of children into this video.
This pizza's raw in the middle, bro. I can literally get dough out of it. You can put it back in the oven. Too loud. Oopsie. All right, sorry about that, but the pizza is not cooked all the way. Like I was able to find dough. Oh, wait, it's not dough, it's cheese. Never mind, it's stuffed crust. I forgot. That was dough. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's cheese. I'm stupid. I'm drunk. Don't mind me. The hell? Where's the fucking volume? What have I done? Wait, what? What have I done? Oh no. It's on here. It's on here. It's on there. What have I done? Wait, what did I do? Where did I mute it? Hold up. Is this every fucking tab? What happened? This tab alone got muted? Okay, refresh the tab then. What? I don't understand. Did I mute the tab somehow? All right, unmute site. No? I don't understand. So I go to this one. It's not muted. The Ben Shapiro fucking page will no longer play audio. What did I do? Oh, well, I guess it's a sign that I don't need to listen to Ben Shapiro anymore.
It's about to get hot. It's about to get hot.
Oh, it is, huh?
This video is brought to you by The Officer Tatum Store. The Officer Tatum Store. Get the merch link in the description section. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live.
Wow, am I playing you at double speed? No, wow, you just talk fast, bro. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to my channel. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting right into this. We ain't gotta talk long.
I gotta say, now that I know this is stuffed crust, I have to say this is the best stuffed crust I've ever had. It's way better than the Pizza Hut one. There's some good shit.
We ain't gotta say much. You ain't gotta say much. Thank you, Breitbart, for putting this out here. Somebody explain this to me. I'll give you a little time.
All right.
Somebody explain this to me.
Uh-huh.
Why?
Why what?
Why?
Why what?
Why?
Why what?
We need to tell Kellogg's, and their little thing is here, why are you doing this?
Why what? What?
You look at the side panel on these Cheerios, it says he, her, and she, she's, and they, them, and all this other stuff, and they say, put your nouns.
Okay.
If you don't think this is brainwashing.
How's it brainwashing?
If you don't think this is propaganda, what is the point of this? Why are they doing this?
I want more. Just in case I don't know if I sign
children.
language that good enough.
This kid probably don't even know what a pronoun is.
Well, yeah, that's why they chose that kid. Obviously, it's not aimed at that fucking kid. They literally fucking find a 4-year-old and put it there. It's not for the fucking 4-year-old. You can't even read the box. It's obviously it's obviously targeted towards someone a little older than that.
They probably don't even know.
You realize that fucking, that was not the picture they associated with it. Fuck, is it? Pretty sure that's the picture Breitbart shows.
Know how to write good. They probably still can't pour their own Kellogg's Frosted Flakes, Fruity Loops, or whatever these are. They can't pour their own.
Oh my God, did I just fucking get paid to fuck? Why am I complaining? I made $500 at this point. I mean, sure, this sucks, and having to drink this much tequila fucking is awful. But, I mean, I got $500, man, on top of fucking Patreon shit. Motherfuckers are pretty cool, I gotta say. You're generous. I know that you guys want to see me suffer. I'm suffering, but in the long term, I win, right? Keep telling yourself that, TJ. Bottoms up. Oh, goddamn gross. Okay. So am I watching a grown man complain about fucking cereal box? Is that what's happening here? Is that what's going on? Am I literally watching a fucking grown-ass man bitch about a fucking cereal box?
On bowl. But you got them he, hers, and she, shiz. This is what bothers me.
She, shiz? He, hers, and she, shiz? Are you fucking retarded? He, him, she, her. It's really not fucking complicated, bro. Are you fucking stupid? It's rhetorical. Yes, you are.
With this, they're introducing proper.
No! Ass, could you wait a minute? Could you wait a fucking second? I just took one. You're a fucking douchebag. Like, motherfucker, dude. Really? God. You're an asshole. I just want to say you're a fucking asshole, dude. You suck ass, bro. Something cold and blank. Not yet. Something cold and blank behind a smile. She's standing on an overpass in a miracle mile. We're from a perfect world, a world that threw me away today. Today, to run away. A pill make you numb. A pill will make you dumb. A pill will make you anybody else. All the drugs in this world won't save her from herself. As an empty cut, we was waiting to fall, just bleeding like a Polaroid that lost all the dolls. You are from a perfect world that threw me away today, to run away. Pill will make you numb, pill will make you dumb, pill will make you anybody else. All the drugs in this world
won't save her from herself. Will make you numb, a pill will make you dumb, a pill will make you anybody else. All the drugs in this world won't save her from herself. Did I take the 550 shot yet? Can't remember. I didn't, as I already poured it though. We're from a perfect world that threw me away today. This sucks. Your mom is a piece of shit. Doesn't know what's good 'cause he's a piece of shit. Ban that guy. Ban your mom. Anybody else? All the drugs in this world won't save her from herself. A pill will make you numb. Pill will make you dumb. Pill will make you anybody else. All the drugs in this world won't save her from herself. Yeah, ban that faggot. Didn't I say to ban him? Ban him. Quit your fucking bullshitting around. Ban that fucking piece of fucking shit. Can you ban that piece of shit for me, please? Live streaming isn't available right now? What the fuck are you talking about? No, what? I'm not even on the right account. The fuck is this shit? What are you fucking doing? Take me to the fucking control room for the fucking stream. Yes, it is. I'm fucking literally doing it. YouTube is telling me that live streaming is not available right now, which is fucking bullshit because I'm fucking streaming. Are you guys see me, right? I don't know what's going on. YouTube is telling me that live streaming is not available right now. So I don't know what the fuck that's about. Am I streaming or not? I guess Chelsea, if like I stop streaming, tell me, because YouTube is literally telling me that I'm not streaming. YouTube is telling me that live streaming is not even a fucking thing right now. So I'm live. Okay. Just let me know, I guess. That was beautiful, TJ. Now have another shot. Are you fucking shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me? Why have you done what you have done? Oh, you suck. Okay. I'm going to unplug this. Ugh. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. So anyway, this guy is pissed about the cereal.
Propaganda to your children. If a kid
I guess I'm supposed to
has
drink
never
more.
thought...
Sorry, forgot. Drink more. Yeah. Okay. Yay. Oh, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. All right, whatever. Fuck you. You guys suck ass. Fucking pieces of shit. When I said the goal for $800, I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. I fucking literally was like, no. They're not going to do that. I did not believe you guys. Fucking asshole sons of fucking cunts, man. Are you fucking serious with this shit? I thought if I even get to fucking $800, okay, it'd be like over the course of like 6 hours or something. How long have I been streaming? I don't even know because I can't fucking look because the fucking apparently live streaming is not available right now, even though I'm fucking doing it. YouTube's live streaming shit is like fucking weird right now. So I don't know. I might get cut off at any minute now. I don't know how long I've been doing this, but it ain't been that long. And you guys are fucking already $600, man. I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? Patrons
thought about this. They're going to think about it now. If a kid has never had a conversation about this, you're gonna have to have it now.
Oh no, conversation with your own children. No! No! My water, water. It's almost gone. I'm pretty much done with water. To be honest with you. I'm pretty much done with water. Now I'm done with it.
There's no place in a child's formation that they need to be dealing with the LGBTQ movement. There is no part.
Why not? Wait, why not? What if that kid is going to be, wait. So, if the kid is straight, at some point, he's going to be responsible for fucking making sure that his LGBTQ fucking whatever, classmates, workmates, whatever, are going to be not discriminated against. So even if he's straight, it's important. What if that kid is LGBTQ? It's a good thing he's got educated, like, hey, this is not, you don't have to be fucking ashamed of who you are. So who fucking cares, bro? Fuck you. You're a shitbag. Why you want the kid to feel bad?
Part of child development that they need to be talking about pronouns.
Why not? What are you talking about? A lot of fucking kids realize they're trans before they even fucking get that old. So this is stupid.
And then not only are you talking about pronouns, you are mischaracterizing pronouns.
How?
You are a singular person. He, his.
All right, so basically, long story short, this guy's a fucking retard. What do you want? And then look at all these fucking people liking this shit. Officer Tatum. Guy's got 1.6 million subscribers. Fuck this guy. This guy sucks ass. Someone ought to fucking kick this guy in the fucking face. Fuck him. He sucks. Candace Owens. Shit me with this bullshit. Ugh. Did I take my 600 drink? Well, I didn't take that one. All right. Let the booze consume you today. Let the booze. You guys suck ass, bro. I got this one full, but I need a minute. Give me 1 second. Okay. No. Chad is legit trying to kill me. It's no doubt. They're fucking bastards. No. Fucking no. Ugh. All right. Who wants to talk? Enough of these videos. I can't probably respond to these videos. Who wants to fucking get on Discord and chat? Yeah? Let's talk. Give me your Discord. If you want to talk, just throw your Discord up. You did this last time. Everyone loved it. Let's talk, buddies. Let's talk. Let's talk, everybody. Let's talk. Put on your red shoes and dance the blues. I'm going to take a piss really quick. You guys with Discords, please let me know. I will talk to you. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to take a piss. I'll be right fucking back. We're not going to do Candace Owens this time. We're going to fucking talk about her next time. I think we're done with video segment for now. I think we're going to do some chats. I think we're going to chat with some people, some patrons, talk to them, see what's on their minds. If you guys have something you want to put forth to TJ, albeit drunk TJ, let me know, and we can talk about it, because that's fucking all good. All right, so I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Throw your fucking Discords up in the thing. We can talk. Hey, remember, if you're going to fucking put it up there, though, have something to talk about, because the thing that's going to piss me off the most is if you got nothing to say. All right. So if you got something to say and you got a Discord and you want to come on here and you want to talk to me, bring it up, put it on the chat. I'm going to take a piss. I'll be right back, and I'll fucking put you on my Discord. All righty. Let's see what we got. Okay. Hey, by the way, if you don't want your Discord to be public, you can send it to me on Twitter, I guess. That also is acceptable. I have that open here. So if you don't want your necessarily shit to be up on the chat there, you can do it there. You can do it. You can send it to me on Twitter, and I'll look there as well. Let's see. Paul, yeah, my new guy. Let's see what he has to talk about. Crogen. Looks like his name is. Oh, fuck. I guess this live streaming isn't available. Shit's fucking me because I can't fucking look at the chat. I guess I can look at it over here. Give me a second. I have to go to the actual page. The chat there. Sorry, hold on. You're hearing me twice. Sent to me on Twitter, and I'll dismiss. Shut up, TJ. You fucking idiot. Got it. Okay, sorry. Crogen. This is my newest dude. Looks like my friend request to you didn't work, Crogen. Friend request failed. Okay, no idea why that's not working. Next guy, let's see. Gavin. Oh, Gavin wants to talk nuclear power. Okay, cool. We can do that. Okay, Gavin, my friend request to you went through. Let's see, where's Gavin? Send friend request, okay. I already responded to his outgoing friend request. I did it, right? What's the fucking hold up here? Unable to load profile, whatever the fuck. What is this shit? Gavin, okay. Did I not do it? I'm really confused. Oh, I guess you got to respond to my friend request, Gavin. Okay, here we go. Gavin, let's get you a call. All right, trying to call Gavin, you guys.
Hey, is that you?
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. You want to hop on camera? You can if you want.
I can't right now, sorry.
Okay, no problem. What's up, Gavin?
So I am actually in the Navy and part of the nuclear power program there, and I've heard you say a few times on videos before that you don't trust us with nuclear power, or the country in general. Is that just commercially, or you just don't think we could keep the safety regulations down for that?
The second. All right, so yeah, I'm skeptical of nuclear power as an alternative energy source in general. Yeah.
Okay. So is that just because you don't think capitalistically it could be done safely?
I think that I think it's inherently too risky as a power source.
Okay, because the Navy, we've been doing it since the late 60s, the end of the Second World War, and we have had no accidents on the Navy side just because of the crazy regulations we do.
Right.
So that we'll be able to pull into other people's ports.
So here's what I would say to you. Okay.
Okay.
So I know that are you on a submarine? I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay, so you're a submarine guy.
Yeah.
So every submarine we have right now is nuclear powered.
Yes.
Now, for a submarine with very unique power needs, I think that there is certain permissibility to use nuclear power. I want to say that. So I think that I do not have anything against a nuclear powered submarine. I realize that there are certain things about a submarine that make nuclear power far safer for the people on board than any other power source. Yeah. So I want to say, first of all, I do not oppose nuclear power being used in that instance because I think it is the best possible option. Obviously, a submarine cannot be powered by wind or solar or any of that kind of stuff. Yeah. Now, maybe if we fucking make giant breakthroughs in battery technology, we can figure out some other fucking means of powering a sub. But for our current sub fleet, which I think consists of like 150 subs or something like that, you probably know better than me. But it's around there, right? I'm ballpark close.
That's pretty close.
Right. Those definitely need to be nuclear powered. They're one of the only things where I acknowledge that those do need to be nuclear powered. Okay, I just want to take that off the table. But as far as providing power to the citizenry of this country, I think nuclear power plants are just inherently too risky not because I think that the power source is inherently more dangerous, but I think that mistakes are inherently more costly with nuclear power. For instance, you have things like Fukushima, you have things like 3 Mile Island, you have things like Chernobyl, and I understand that you're gonna fucking say, well, we've improved measures since then, and I agree with you that you have, but you've improved measures so that exact disaster doesn't happen again. But to think that no other disaster could possibly happen, or to think that humanity will always be around to maintain these things, to me is like a form of hubris. And I think that the costs of a nuclear disaster are just like it creates a giant sphere of unusable land. I mean, Chernobyl, I think, is something like a 50 square kilometer radius or something like that. That's just like completely unfucking usable. And, it's just like the fact that it renders so much so unusable for so long in the event of a single catastrophic mistake, to me, makes it not worth the risk.
Okay.
But so I want to just lay. The reason I put all those caveats right up front and I loaded that was because I wanted you to fucking know some of the counter arguments I'm going to make right off front, so you could kind of just get around those and not have to go through the whole motions of that stuff.
Okay.
So what would you say to those kind of concerns that I have? Because obviously you're a proponent, right?
Yeah, I am a proponent, not as a full move to nuclear power, because that would be a invitation for a disaster, as you're talking about, but a replacement for some of those coal plants that are sustaining based. One of the reasons we haven't completely switched to solar and wind is because you can't turn it on and turn it off as fast, and it's hard to store that power. So when you have a surge, you need a coal plant running, and the hardest part about that is if you turn the coal plant off, you can't start it right back up.
Right, sure,
So,
of course.
Yeah. So switching to one nuclear plant feeding to a large area and as a small baseline with solar and wind added to it, I would think is one of the best ways to go for us, because per pound of fuel burned, it is the most efficient fuel source that we have.
Absolutely. But I feel like we have not. So the entire planet, all of life, really, is built on sun power, right? So the photosynthesis of plants, then the herbivores eat the plants, and the carnivores eat the herbivores. This is everything that life, the main source of energy on the planet Earth, has been solar. Long before humanity started developing technologies to harness power. I feel like the solar power that we have developed thus far is still woefully nascent. I feel that in the future, with improvements to this technology, if we truly made the investments necessary to fund this research, then we would have a planet that was capable of being completely powered by solar. I don't know how far-fetched it is. I'm not a scientist, but I know that there are ideas about getting out of the Earth's orbit, not orbit necessarily, but the Earth's atmosphere, and getting satellites in space that can harness the power of the sun from space and then beam that power down to Earth. Space solar. I know my friend Howard Bloom, who's a little bit of a nut, to be fair.
I've heard his stuff.
Right. But he's a big proponent of space solar. But it seems like a pretty promising technology, and there are people that are, less nuts than him that are proponents of it. Not to besmirch him. I love my friend.
No, he's a smart guy.
He's a smart dude. I don't agree with this Zionism shit, but he's a smart guy. I just feel like we need to develop our solar technology, because there's no resource. And really, the sun is nuclear power, right? It's a giant ball of nuclear fusion or fission. I can't remember which of the two, but it's a nuclear reaction. And it's a giant one that's at the center of our fucking solar system, that's perpetual, that's going to be going on for another 5 billion years. And it puts out an enormous amount of energy that has fucking thus far fueled all life on our planet. So it's like, we should be putting our resources into developing that, because that is a free source of energy that is perpetual. As far as we're concerned, perpetual. So why should we build a nuclear power plant that if there's a disaster in a nuclear power plant, huge area of land unusable? If we put those same resources in developing solar technology, then we can power this entire planet in perpetuity for 5 billion years until the sun fucking explodes. We're not even going to live 5 billion years as a species. I hope you know that.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right. I mean, even if something that is descended from us is still around, it won't be humanity anymore. Yeah. So, I just feel like that's the place to put our resources. What would you say to that?
I wouldn't disagree. Development definitely needs to go there. A lot of it, but my counter there would be all the development for nuclear power is there, and they've already progressed it to a point where they now have plants that burn the used fuel from other plants can recycle old fuel. So creating even less waste from that to begin with. And my biggest proponent is we have a lot of plants that they've shut down because they just have not renewed their license. They're just not, because we have a huge stigma on nuclear power in this country, and they have just cut out plants that already exist, that already could be producing power.
Right.
And that is a huge just drain on the energy system that then gets taken from coal. So I would say development of solar is our best bet for the future. We should continue to develop that for sure. But for our immediate, if we want to go now, right now, let's stop using coal. You replaced a lot of those coal plants with nuclear. We would.
Well, let me just ask you, what would you say to someone like me who is concerned that, I'm not saying that the exact circumstances of a Chernobyl or something will happen again, because I know that we have taken measures, we've taken steps to ensure that something like that will not happen.
Okay.
But I think it's hubris to say that no other equivalent nuclear disaster could happen. Because, you know, like, at the end of the day, every single one of these power plants, nuclear power plants that has ever existed, it's very difficult. It's a very high level of science to understand what it takes to derive energy from nuclear power, correct?
If you
like the science behind it is mind-boggling to like a layman like you or me, right?
Okay.
Like I'm sure you're on a nuclear powered sub, but you wouldn't understand the math behind building a nuclear reactor any more than I would, right?
Oh, building one, no. The engineering that goes into those things is insane.
So every single nuclear power plant that has ever existed has been designed by extraordinarily brilliant people, including Chernobyl, including 3 Mile Island, including Fukushima. Every single one of those was designed and engineered by people who were very, very intelligent. And yet every single one of those had some form of catastrophic failure that either resulted in or nearly resulted in complete nuclear meltdown. And we're still dealing with the repercussions of Fukushima to this day. We're dealing with the repercussions of Chernobyl to this day. I don't think we're dealing with many repercussions of 3 Mile Island. That was a near nuclear disaster, more than it was a nuclear disaster.
I'll actually talk about that a bit. How much do you know about 3 Mile Island?
Not a whole hell of a lot, to be frank.
Okay. I can talk about that a little bit.
Sure, go ahead.
So 3 Mile Island was almost entirely human error.
Sure.
So they had a issue with their pressurizing. Yeah,
I don't mean to interrupt you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to accept the premise that it was almost entirely human error, but what have we really done everything in our like? Human error still exists, correct?
Yes.
So like we haven't solved the problem of human error, have we?
No, but the safety mechanisms of that plant did work.
Sure.
The release that we had from 3 Mile Island was about equivalent to an X-ray.
Right.
And it was never going to be more than that. They figured out what the problem was and they fixed it. Basically, they ended up emitting a little bit of radioactive steam. There was no risk of meltdown. It did melt down, but that's the layman's term for it, and people get bad images of that. There was no risk of an explosion. There was no risk of anything like Chernobyl happening.
More than an explosion, I guess what I'm concerned about is giant swaths of unusable land that have dangerous levels of radioactivity to human beings.
That plant shut itself down like it was supposed to. All the safety measures worked. There was that radiation that escaped was a minimal amount of steam, and there was no real chance of anything more than that happening.
Okay.
There's a really, really bad documentary on it on the History Channel, and it talks about they do their damn best to play it up and make it sound scary, but
sure,
it really wasn't anywhere near as bad as people have imagined.
But you can agree, though, that generally speaking, a nuclear disaster is more costly than, say, if there's a problem at the coal plant, there's not any chance of like, whoa, this coal plant had a serious problem and now, this giant swath of land is unusable for, a generation or two.
That is correct. My counter to that is the coal plants themselves are making the entire planet unusable.
Which is, I think, a pretty fair point. Yeah. I mean, if you put a gun to my head and I came right down to it and said coal power or nuclear power, I'm going to say nuclear. But
yeah,
I would say ultimately that I feel like we should, instead of I feel like every dime that we could put into switching to nuclear would be better spent further developing solar technology so that we can harness the power of the sun, which has been the perpetual source of energy on this planet for, literally aeons. Like the entire, life has been powered by the sun.
Yeah.
Photosynthesis, herbivores eating the plants, carnivores eating the herbivores, and so on and so forth. It's literally powered life on Earth. Why shouldn't it power humanity? Why shouldn't it power our expansion forth? And I know you agree with me, but I just don't see why we need this nuclear interim. I feel like every dime that you could spend building a nuclear power plant would be better served investigating ways to make solar energy more efficient on this planet.
Okay. So, the biggest problem with solar energy is the storage capacity. So
right.
The reason we're held back that is just the battery technology doesn't exist. It is moving a long way, though. We have, I was following some stock for this battery company, and they build basically a battery part, and they had a military contract where if they lose the grid, those battery packs power that base for over a week, which is an incredible capacity. So we're moving towards solar only.
I feel like agree with that. I just feel like I feel like a lot of the resources and energy and money that should have been going into developing this solar technology has continued to go into these, in my opinion, outmoded means of powering things.
Okay.
And I just feel like the resources that I feel like we could do this thing where we go from coal to nuclear to wait until solar is where it needs to be. But I feel like solar could be where it needs to be a lot quicker if we didn't waste time with that interim step. If we just directly developed solar technology, and honestly, wind technology and hydro, I understand that those are not suitable for every place. But I think there's plenty of places. There's plenty of places that, wind technology is going to be super adequate. There's plenty of places he is not nearly drunk enough. Shut up. I'm drunk enough. Dude, you know what? The problem with you is you don't understand that I'm just smart enough to fucking have a conversation with people regardless of how fucking drunk I am. I can fucking drink fucking 20 million shots of fucking whatever the fuck and still be able to hold a coaching conversation because I'm just that fucking much smarter than your stupid ass. But you know what? You did pay for me to drink more, so fuck you. All right, dude. I appreciate you coming on. What's your name?
Gavin.
Thanks, Gavin. I appreciate you coming on and talk with me. I want to give some other people a chance to put their shit out there. So,
for sure.
I'm going to fucking hang up on you now. But I did appreciate what you had to say. And then, you're welcome back anytime. Feel free to message me if you want to pop on one of these in the future, including a TGS live stream. If I'm doing TGS live stream and you feel like, hey, I want to fucking talk to you, you can write me and fucking see if I'm willing to bring you on.
Awesome.
So, yeah, really enjoyed the conversation, dude. But I'm going to try to give some other people some chance to put their shit forth. But, yeah, awesome. Love you, Gavin. Thanks for fucking tuning in. Thanks for fucking putting forth some different ideas. Let's see. Who else wants to talk? Bob Ross. Okay, oops, sorry. I moved your shit against my will, or against whatever. I don't know. Let's see here. Is this the chat? Where's the chat?
Awesome.
Oops. So, yeah, fuck me. Okay. Live chat. That's what we need to do. Okay, so Bob Ross wants to talk. Let's see what he's got. Where is he? Bob Ross 6677. Let's see if we can fucking talk to this guy. Add friend. Come on. Why does it keep? Why? Okay, so Bob Ross. I'm sorry, Rob Boss. 6677. Why does it not work? Why are there so many people that don't work when I fucking try to send them shit? It says friend request failed. Didn't work. Check the capitalization and spelling. Make sure everything is right. Because apparently capitalization and spelling matters here. So, Rob Boss, make sure. Yeah, I copied and pasted what you sent me. It did not work. I'm going to try to talk to Jimmy Smith. Let's see if that one will work. Your friend request failed too. Why did so many friend requests fail? That's what I want to know. I'm not doing anything wrong. I literally put old school goat exactly as you did it. I copy and pasted exactly what you put. All right, so Rob Boss wants me to try with a space in between and see if that works. That worked. Okay, so the problem was you needed a space. So Rob Boss, I have sent you your thing. Optimistic Goat. Old school goat. I'm sending you one. Let's see if that works. Okay, yours worked too. Optimistic Goat, you're next in line. I have accepted your friend request, but right now I need to talk to Rob Boss, and I understand I need to take this shot, and I'm going to do that right now. Okay? Okay. That was horrible. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. Rob Boss. Let's see how he is. Hey, Rob.
Yo, what's up? Yeah,
Rob, hey man, how you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm doing good. Let me hang on. Let me.
I need to turn you up a little. Sorry.
Yeah, hold up. I'm gonna
What are you gonna do?
Mute, yeah, I can hear you. I'm gonna mute the video just so I can. Hear
Oh
you
yeah,
just
makes sense. Sure. Go ahead.
Douchebag. Yeah, actually, sorry. Let me. I'm gonna get you through my headphones real fast.
Whatever you want to do, buddy.
Cool. All right. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
Perfect. All right. Awesome. Cool. What's up, dude? How's it going? Sorry for getting you a little drunk.
It's all good. What's up, bro? What do you want to talk about?
Let's see. So I can either follow up Gavin. He was pretty cool. I can either follow up him with some nuclear stuff or go harm reduction.
Whatever you want to do, man. Whatever's on your mind most. I would say let's change the subject probably, but if you want to go further on down the nuclear road, we can do that. But I've already talked about it. I've kind of made my position known. I don't know what else I could say.
I feel that, yeah.
Unless you have a direct refutation of what I said on the previous one.
No, not necessarily.
Okay, well let's move on to harm reduction then.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm kind of okay. So hey, let me get my mic ready. Here we go. I'm kind of in between you and Paul on this.
Yeah.
So with you, obviously, I think it's important, as leftists, we obviously need to work. We need to do what's in, our best interests. Obviously.
Sure.
I live in Florida, and Florida fucking sucks. It's hard to be a leftist in Florida.
Sure, I'm in Louisiana. I know what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you get it. I mean, luckily, I'm in Gainesville, so UF, so it's a really progressive town.
Sure.
So it's not too bad, but it's kind of like the blue city and the red ocean. So it's like you go 15 minutes outside of town, and it's fucking podunk Trump shit. So, okay, so either way, getting a harm reduction, like the biggest issue I've got with Paul on this is, he can up and move, and I can move if I want to, but I'm not going to. I like Florida.
Sure.
For all the shit that it is.
It's a very difficult thing to move your entire life from one place to another. Sure.
It is, and I've got a good job and stuff, and like I can afford to do it. But it's like, dude, Florida's cool, and my whole family lives here. Either way, Paul moves to California, and I love Paul. I'm not gonna criticize. I've been drinking too, so sorry if I'm a little.
It's fine, whatever.
Yeah. So all right.
I'm
so
drunk. You're drunk. It seems like that's even,
exactly.
Steven, right?
Exactly.
So,
yeah. So he can go to California. And he can kind of live with sort of the policies that he likes, and that's good for him. That's cool. He can get the legal weed and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I'm in Florida, and Rob DeSantis, our governor, is total fucking bullshit.
Shit. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all this stuff. He's garbage.
Yeah, he's like one of the most garbage politicians in America. Yeah.
He is, and right now, so currently his because of the Delta variant and all that. Florida's spiking at like 21. It's like 21,000 cases a day or so, 23. It's something crazy. It's the highest that we've had the whole pandemic.
Right.
And
it's bad.
It's really fucking bad. Luckily, I'm vaccinated and all that, and the chance of getting it if you're vaccinated is like 25-fold lower than regular. So I'm not too concerned. But the thing is he's one of the big politicians. He's one of the big candidates for moving forward in 2024 in the next presidential election. And I think now in Florida right now, Florida politics, he dropped like over 10% kind of approval rating. He dropped really badly lately because of the handling of all this.
Right.
And it's like, now is the time to kind of nip in the bud. You know, on a state level, we can say, hey, you know, I'm not, if I go about and just say, hey, well, you know what, voting is just useless.
Right.
If I vote for if I just, you know, who cares? What's the matter? No, if I don't vote, he wins again. Right. And in a state like Florida is what it's
and he might still win again anyway.
Right, he's probably going to.
Right.
So I think the amount of Democrat voters and Republican voters are about equal, and then the amount of independents are the number of those two combined. So it's like half independents, and then, you know, a quarter Republican, quarter Democrat.
Gotcha.
So it's a lot of boomers, and they're going to vote Republican.
Right. They're very Republican leaning.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. And then we have a history of that.
Okay.
I
don't mean to. I get you're going through like a thought process here. But
yeah, I'm kind of rambling. I'll shorten it up. Sorry, my bad.
Cut to the chase. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, no,
Okay,
you're fair. You're totally right. Okay, my point is, if we take the harm reduction approach, then what we do is we secede territory to the Republicans, who already have a stronghold in Florida and already rely on us as a swing state.
Okay, wait. Hold on. You got to. Okay, so I know I just told you to fucking get it out, but like now I don't understand the premise. So why would the harm reduction approach cede the state of Florida to?
Oh no. Sorry. Okay, let me clarify.
Okay,
I am pro harm reduction. I'm saying if I took Paul's approach and said,
so the no confidence approach.
No confidence. Yeah. So yeah, if I took the no confidence approach, my bad. If I took the no confidence approach, what would happen is we would cede territory to DeSantis. He would become a more prominent figure than he already is, and then he would be a front runner.
The important thing to remember. So the important thing to remember about Paul's approach. So no confidence. No confidence is predicated upon the belief, and I'm not saying necessarily it's an untrue belief. I'm just saying I don't necessarily believe it, and I don't know that it's true. But it's predicated on the belief that there is not a substantial difference between Democrats and Republicans, that they are both on the same team, and that the duopoly is entirely a construct that they use to secure power for their one party masquerading as two.
Right.
So if you believe that is true, then no confidence makes absolute sense.
Right.
I don't happen to believe that. I happen to believe that these are two parties that have a whole lot in common. I believe they're two parties that have consolidated their interest on many issues, but I do think there still exists some differences between the two parties. And as a result of that, I think that it makes sense to vote for Democrats over Republicans in a general sense. Now, might there be exceptions? Might there be some Republicans that are more worthy of their Democratic opponents? Sure. I've not seen it, but I'm not discounting it as a possibility. I think that Republicans by and large are more oppositional towards democracy. And I think that if you take the no confidence approach, then what you end up doing is you cede territory to those Republicans who then use their power to dismantle democracy as a concept so that they can consolidate power once and for all to their party.
Well, and perfect example of this is look at Ted Cruz. He was in the same position, or Marco Rubio. He was also senator for Florida as well. Same thing, and I think he still is. It's the same thing with them. Is that when you have these people that you just cede territory to, what happens? They become prominent. What happens is when you're a politician, obviously, I think no confidence is great in the long term in terms of like. Actually, I don't even want to go down that road. I don't have confidence in the system. I'll just say that.
So to speak to what I think you're trying to get at, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the place where I give Paul credit on the no confidence thing is that the problems that we face cannot be solved electorally. So,
yeah, and I agree.
Or at least not by the present paradigm. Now, there might come a day in the future with different material conditions where we can solve it that way, but it doesn't seem to be now. So the problem we have is that we have two parties that are very similar to each other. So in terms of foreign policy, Democrats and Republicans, not substantively different. In terms of their approach to big business, not substantively different. In terms of social issues, some differences, but not as many as we'd like. So in terms of, like, I would say in foreign policy, they show the most lockstep. On business, there's a few little differences, but they're not huge. And then on social issues, you probably see the biggest differences, but a lot of that's just to drum up votes for this side or that side because they realize that social issues are the easiest way to drum up a lot of votes. So I think that these two parties are far too similar. They're far too in bed together, and I think that in a lot of ways, Paul's thesis is right. But I think that there are some issues where the Democrats and Republicans are substantively different. I think that the Democrats are more friendly to unionization efforts, for instance. I think the Democrats are far more friendly to LGBT people. I think they're far more amenable to racial concerns.
Right. And if not that, at least they're not openly hostile. And I think that's kind of the battle is that, I would rather run on flat ground than run uphill. And even if it's flat, I still have to fucking run, whatever, fine. But still,
I honestly view it as like running uphill on two different inclines. I almost feel like the Republican incline is like 85% and the Democratic incline is like 45% or something. But
I mean more so on like social issues. I'd say it's closer to flat. But yeah, I mean, if we're talking like grand total, kind of like overall, we're still dealing with
I definitely have some sympathy to the no confidence thing. I just don't think that the parties are quite so unified as to justify it. If I believed, as Paul did, that these two parties, that the only differences between these two parties were things that were just designed to make it seem as though they're different. If I believed that thesis, then I would probably be no confidence as well. I don't quite believe that thesis.
I don't really buy that necessarily. I think that's just a let's see. I think that's just part of the fact that it's all part of the same infrastructure. We have the same political, economic. It's a socio-political, economic, all the buzzwords, infrastructure that we all share.
And I think there's like a certain reason. There's a certain like easiness to being like, well, they're just the same. You know what I mean?
Right. No, they're not in the same bed together. They just buy their mattress from the same store.
Right. I
think that's kind of what it is.
I think that they're very, very close, and I feel like ultimately the problems that we face in this country are going to have to be solved through direct action. So like the place where we can find common ground with the no confidence kind of people, because they go beyond just Paul, obviously. There's lots of people that have this attitude. But I think where we can find common ground with these people is like we need to go to them and like, look, we don't agree on electoralism. We will never agree on that. But we can both agree that direct action is going to be what effectively changes this country. So let's work together on that. And when it comes down to elections, we can agree to disagree, because that's really, we both agree that's not where the change is going to come from. So if we want to vote for the DNC and you want to fucking say the DNC is too corrupt to even bother voting for, like, I think we can come to some fucking understanding on that and just agree that ultimately we both fucking say, like, I would say that I think voting for Democrats creates better material conditions on the ground to do stuff like, the labor strikes and stuff. But ultimately, it's the labor strikes and the things of that nature that are going to actually change things if they ever change.
And the thing is, and in the wise words of Paul, and like I'm not even trying to shit on Paul. I'm in his ideology all the time. I love him in the creepy parasocial way, of course.
Sure.
So it's like I think poor
Paul gets entirely too much shit for like, your ideas are half baked or this and that. I don't agree with that. I'm a guy.
They're very well formulated.
I'm a guy that argues with Paul on a regular basis, and I can tell you that I think Paul. I take him very seriously as a person, as an intellectual, as a political figure, whatever you want to say, because when you argue with Paul, you really do feel that heat of like, you got to fucking justify some shit to Paul. Now, he's not going to come around to my worldview necessarily, but at the end of the day, I respect where Paul's coming from. I hope he respects where I'm coming from, even though we disagree vehemently on electoralism.
He's just so hyper passionate.
Sure.
I mean, obviously,
and that's one of his strengths. But I think that ultimately, we both agree direct action is what's needed in this country. So we can find common ground there.
Right. And I think that's important. I think we should do both. We need to stem the tide of Republicans. We need to, conserve in this kind of, and moving forward with, I don't even want to call it conservatism, whatever this Trumpism is, because this is not going, I mean, like we all know, this is not going away. We have to stem the tide of this. And, obviously we have to work in the labor space too. We have to advocate for, unions and, everything that comes along with that, better pay and, M4A, et cetera, all the things. Absolutely. We need to advocate for all those. But the thing is, if we let Republicans just, run roughshod over the South, and run in Florida, what's going to happen is, like in the case, like I was talking about with but I didn't get to it. But with Rubio, Ted Cruz, all these DeSantis, all these people, okay, so I'll start with them. So with them, you know, if we keep them in government and we don't oppose them, we take this no confidence route in the kind of those, you know, because they start locally. You know, they start as small fry, then they work their way up as, you know, senator or whatever, or they might just go run for the governorship, whatever. What's going to happen is they're going to get connections. They're going to be entrenched in the RNC, just in the same way that Pelosi and everyone else in AOC are becoming entrenched into the DNC and becoming less reliable as leftist agitators within the electoral process.
Well, one thing I would say too, and I don't mean to interrupt you or anything, but I would say one aspect of this gets really underestimated is just the effect of these politicians on the electorate. Even if these politicians were totally bullshit, just designed to agitate population groups against one another.
It still works.
The effect of a Donald Trump on the population is very different than an effect of a Bernie Sanders on the population, or even a Joe Biden on the population. So I think we have to kind of factor in social dynamics on this too. Sure. I wish I could keep talking to you in perpetuity, but I do need to get some other people on here. So
I have one quick
thing.
Okay.
Sure, go ahead.
Very quick. Okay, do you think The Thing should have had a sequel? Because I fucking love The Thing, and I'm kind of split. Like, you could have done it.
So thus far, it has had a prequel that is terrible.
Yeah,
I think it
should
have a sequel. I think fucking you need an auteur, because look, John Carpenter, he's thought of in some circles as a B movie director, but he was an auteur. He was a true artist, and you need a true artist in that position. I think if you're gonna do a sequel to Thing, you need someone on the level of a Quentin Tarantino or something like that to truly do it justice, because you cannot get a schlock guy to handle a project like that, because John Carpenter is one of the most talented fucking men to ever sit in a director's chair.
I agree. That's probably my favorite horror film of all time.
Amazing film, and he's done some other great films too. I think They Live to me is my favorite of his work.
I haven't watched it. I need to jump onto it, but I'll let you go.
Dude, you need to, hey, listen, as soon as this stream is over, if you have the energy, time, whatever, you need to go watch They Live, because that's the fucking one.
For sure.
All right, I'm going to talk to some other people. I have a time for pancakes waiting. I think this is Johnny the Avaricious Void, who actually is wrenched in my room. I'm going to fucking give him a call and see what he's up to.
Hey, TJ, what's happening?
Hey, man, you're very low volume.
Sorry about that.
Oh, there you are. You're good now. Okay. What's up?
Not too much. It caught me off guard. I was listening to the last conversation because I'm behind because of YouTube's bullshit. But yeah, I was, I've been mulling over free will as an illusion. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you've said in the past that you believe free will to be an illusion. No?
I think that free will is, depends on. So, like many fucking philosophical discussions, this kind of boils down to like a very semantic place. And so it kind of depends on how you're going to define free will, right, as a concept.
I sort of mean like that you're consciously making active decisions of some.
But what is you?
That's just it. That is just kind of hinge the argument, is not knowing your whole.
Like what? If the you that is you is just like an illusion that is a composite of various fucking like mental, like, so for instance, and you can actually observe this if you get high enough. Not to use drugs as a fucking piece of evidence, but I guess I am. But this you can look in this. This is scientifically accurate. So, but you don't usually notice it in life. Like you get up and you go grab a fucking Oreo or whatever from the cabinet. You think of it as like, I had a decision to get up and get this Oreo, and I did it, but like really, a lot of times your thought process of I'm going to get up and get an Oreo is a post hoc justification for some subconscious decision that took place on a level beneath your consciousness. And so like really it's just like, thought sometimes follows action, not the other way around. And we kind of like retroactively decide that we decided that.
Yeah, definitely.
But like a lot of it's like post hoc justification of what we've already just like done on a visceral level that our overt thought process or what we think of as our self had nothing to do with. That being said, I guess like, so there's sometimes when you fucking literally sit out and weigh a decision and you fucking write out pros and cons and you look at each and you're like, oh, if I do this, it's going to be this, this, and this. But if I do it, but this is going to be happening, all this stuff. I don't know if you've ever done that, but like, you know, some decisions you agonize over, and you definitely do turn over to the conscious mind. So how are those decisions really ultimately resolved, I guess, is kind of like an important thing. But
yeah, that's all very intriguing. I mean, honestly, I think you're thinking of on the subject at a higher level than I've even considered. My main hang up with the concept.
Go ahead, lay it out for me. I'm sorry, I don't mean to fucking get ahead of myself or you or whoever.
Not at all. It's just I think I might have, brought a bit of a pleb side to something that you've put a lot more thought into, obviously. But I'm hung up on just, the antecedent events that determine everything about your psyche, be it genetics or your upbringing.
Right.
And the fact that you had
Things you had no power over a lot of
control
times
that.
too.
And even besides that, what I hear brought up less often is the fact of the butterfly effect, or to use less time travel terms, just the fact that we can't see the outcomes.
So
of our
you're born
choices.
in this world, right? And you're you don't get to choose whether you're born smart or stupid. You don't get to choose whether you're born emotionally stable or not, and you get to choose what environment you're born into. You don't get to choose if you're born into a fucking household where you're fucking, beaten, raped, and fucking kicked around on the fucking, whatever. You don't get to choose if you get to be rich and have a nanny and a fucking tutor and all. Like, you don't get to choose any of that shit. So even if you believe in free will, we're certainly not all starting on an even fucking keel, right?
Right. But I mean, being that all of those things inevitably influence and inform your psyche and who you turn out to be, they also therefore inform every decision you make. So I don't see how anyone can reasonably call anything their own choice, 100%, when it's all these little factors that build up over time that end up making you do the things you do.
Yeah, I mean, it really is kind of a problematic and faulty concept when you really think about it. I mean, like, there's just too much it just doesn't work. I mean, like, you don't have any control over your attributes that you're born with. You don't have any control over your upbringing. You don't have any control over the circumstances that befall you, or maybe you do a little bit, but it kind of increases over time. But I mean, like, at the end of the day, it's like, what are you defining as free will? What are you defining as you, the you that's making the decisions? Like, is that just your conscious mind? Is that the totality of your brain? I mean,
for
I don't
me,
know.
it's probably
So what I kind of default to in
this.
this fucking question is, whether free will exists or not, the illusion of free will exists. And you cannot take away from someone the notion of free will because it just seems intrinsically true. There just seems to be a capacity that's within you to make a decision, even when presented with a binary A, B, left, right kind of choice. You feel whatever you end up choosing, you feel like you have made that decision.
Sure,
Whether
absolutely. And I wouldn't want to deny anyone that experience.
Right.
It's that and I do see how in a lot of ways it's a moot point whether you choose to acknowledge it or not.
Right. It kind of like, that's kind of what I'm getting at, is like, it doesn't really matter if free will exists or not. And I honestly don't think the concept of free will is well defined enough that we can ever even answer that question. Because I think if you want to define free will one way, yes, it does exist. If you want to define it another, it doesn't.
But the thing I'm hung up on though is that I think I've found one thing where it would matter if it were provably not real, and that is the concept of fault and blame.
All right.
Can you really be at fault for anything if there's no free will, right?
Right.
And therefore, but if you tried to live by that, I do think it might be kind of dangerous for society as a whole.
Well, but then the people who want to fucking
anything.
punish you for making the wrong decision, they too could be like, well, we had no choice but to punish them because we don't have any free will either,
This is true, yeah.
So it's like almost like it eats itself. I do think though that like we can't push an idea aside just because we don't like the results of it. So if maybe it turns out that there really is no such thing as fault. Maybe it turns out that even the most despicable person had no choice other than to be exactly what they are. Hitler had no choice but to do a genocide, right? I mean, at the end, I mean, like,
that's definitely a dark truth.
But like, if that's the truth, then like, we need to fucking accept it as the goddamn truth.
Right.
But there's nothing that's gonna prove that as the truth in any fucking immediate
or
sense. So like, we can fucking think whatever we want about it.
Travel, where you could go into the future and see the outcome of your choices. And
Like,
go
did
back
Hitler make a
them
series
good.
of moral choices that led to him being Adolf Hitler, or was he just inevitably doomed to be Hitler from the very start, and there was no fucking way to change it, you know?
Yeah. I'm prone to probably think the latter, but
yeah, I mean, you know, if you have your answer as the latter, then it's like, oh shit. Well, then I'm kind of saying that, you know, maybe Hitler wasn't morally culpable, which is an uncomfortable thought, but like, hey, just because it's uncomfortable doesn't necessarily mean it ain't fucking true. So,
but again, as you say, it's like anyone who wants to hold him accountable is just as
right. You can easily be like, well, I had no choice but to fucking punish Hitler for being Hitler, even though I may recognize on some intellectual level that he's, you know, whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, I think we've gotten all the meat off that I had to bring to the table. I
appreciate you calling in. If you ever have any future thoughts on any fucking subject, feel free to pop back in again. Let's see. Anybody else want to fucking chat? Let me know. Old school goat. Did I already talk to this guy? Did I talk to this guy or not? I can't remember. Did I? I think I did. No, you don't think so? 12:45. It was 12:45. Okay. Well, I guess maybe I didn't then. I guess if I have talked to him, he'll let me know. This last guy, I think I'm gonna fucking end it after this. I think I'm gonna call it.
Hello? No, you haven't talked to me yet. No, you didn't. No, you don't think so?
Whoa! Turn me off. I'm in the background. Here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up?
What's up? Hey, I'm the optimism guy.
Okay, cool. Hey,
sorry,
I'm kind of nervous. I can still hear myself in the background, so just be sure to mute me. Any other audio source I may be coming through.
Can you still hear me in the background? Or yourself, I mean?
Test? No, I'm good now. Thanks.
All right, cool. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little nervous because like I've been a big fucking fan forever.
Hey man, don't worry about it. Just you know, there's no need to be nervous or anything. Just lay out what you want to say and
yeah. So I know you know, you guys are Pessimist Productions and whatever, so the irony is not lost on me that I'm, you know, coming at you with optimism. But basically, like, I've gotten this kind of vibe off of you, like, all your content over the years, that, like, humanity is fucked, everything's shitty, you know, everything's terrible.
Right.
And, you know, don't get me wrong, like, I wouldn't be a patron if I wasn't sympathetic to that worldview, because, you know, I totally get it. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you look at all the metrics of humanity, like, you know, poverty and childhood hunger and developing nations are getting richer and richer, and there's new energy sources. Do you really think humanity's fucked? And do you really think that we're not going to ever reach that kind of Star Trek level type shit one day?
So I would say to you that I don't know what the future holds. I think that, you know, a lot of it depends on what technologies are developed at what point and how humanity reacts to the development of those technologies. But ultimately, I would say that I feel like there are a lot of ticking clocks. I think there's an environmental clock. I think there is a violence clock. I think there's a point where weaponry becomes sufficiently advanced that, you know, any sort of extremism now becomes an existential threat to the human race in general. I think there is an environmental clock where, you know, any sort of lack of understanding about how humanity is tied directly to nature becomes a very serious issue. And I think we're racing poorly against some of these clocks.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I know that we've made progress, and I don't want to deny humanity its progress, but I just wonder if maybe we're still just not quite quick enough. I feel sometimes that our social evolution and our technological evolution are not at pace. I feel like in some ways science and technology is delivering us technology at a pace faster than our ability to adjust to it, especially as the rate of technology grows exponentially. I think that there comes a point where, you know, we have right now nuclear weapons, and we have people on this planet that still believe in Bronze
for
Age.
Like 70 years and haven't destroyed ourselves yet. But
sure,
okay.
100%. I agree with you. But like really on the cosmic scale, that's not very long. But
okay, that's definitely true.
My point to you would be that we have nuclear technology and Bronze Age mythology coexisting side by side.
Okay.
Which to
Okay,
me,
very good point.
Which to me is a disconcerting state of affairs because you have a very primitive belief system, and then you have a very advanced sort of weaponizable technology existing on the planet at the very same time. And unfortunately, we wish that these two things were separated by some immense barrier, but unfortunately, they're not. It's very feasible that, especially like if some technological development were to happen where nuclear weaponry was far easier to construct, or the exact way to build a nuclear bomb became widespread public knowledge. All of a sudden, you're going to have Al-Qaeda developing nuclear weapons, ISIS developing nuclear weapons, whatever fucking terrorist organization you want to fucking append it to. But you have a lot of organizations that are very Bronze Age in their belief systems that are now going to have access to very modern weapon technology that is very brutal, very effective at killing large numbers of people very quickly.
Okay, so you're going with the nuclear thing really strong.
Well, this is just one of many examples. I mean, I think that environmental crises could just as easily be our downfall. I think that lack of sufficient preparation for, a potential asteroid strike or some sort of disaster of that level is could be the doom of us. There's different ways we could be doomed, but I don't know that we're adequately outpacing the clock on all those issues. I think that, there's a lot of potential for us to destroy ourselves. Now, I'm not saying that's an inevitable.
I agree. If I could just say
sure.
something about
Absolutely.
that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's an honor to talk to you. I mean, I don't mean to suck your dick or anything, but anyway.
It's okay. I like I strangely like having my dick sucked. I don't know what it is.
Strangely, yeah. Wiping out humanity is actually a lot more difficult. Like, just if we look at the facts, like a nuclear war between all the major powers of the world would not wipe out humanity. Yeah, it would destroy our civilization and it would destroy our infrastructure, and we'd have to kind of restart everything. But you can't destroy all the knowledge that collectively we've saved and recorded as humanity. And eventually we're going to, there's going to be pockets of humanity that survive. And it's really difficult to destroy information these days, especially with all the different ways that we collect and record information. So like my argument to that would be like humanity and life on Earth has withstanded tons and tons, and literally regarding life on Earth, it's withstanded billions of years of the universe trying to fucking kill it and kill it and kill it and kill it, and 95% of it dies off and then it comes back. Like, what makes you think that eventually we're not gonna continue to make progress? I mean, we've already made so much progress.
I mean, it could very well be the case. I mean, maybe there is going to be a disaster that nearly wipes us out, but pockets of us survive, and that they, maintain some of the knowledge that we possessed, and they're able to construct a new future that bypasses some of the issues that plagued us. Or perhaps they choose not to advance to a spacefaring technology, but to embrace a more like agrarian style of life, or whatever the fucking case may be.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible for us to know what would actually be successful.
But at the end of the day, though, I think that it doesn't really change my position on us. I mean, like we don't want our civilization to collapse. Whether that means the total destruction of humanity, or if it just means being set back to a prior state, we don't want that to happen. That's not a desired for outcome. Now, I agree that it would be very difficult to fathom too many events wherein the entirety of humanity is destroyed. It's not impossible, but
certainly not. No.
But there's in most fucking apocalyptic scenarios, some fucking survivors are maintained. Now, there could be, ecological disasters on a level where this planet just becomes completely inhospitable or whatever.
Yeah, we could just become Venus. Yeah.
Right, where we don't survive. But, in most scenarios that I can envision, and I'm sure you can envision too, we do survive as some sort of way. But even if we do, I think that that's not really a desired for outcome. I would think that what we should all be aiming for in this time is for this civilization to continue on. And to survive and prosper and not die off. So I think that it's very important to have a pessimistic sort of voice. maybe not necessarily a pessimistic attitude, but I think it's important to have the pessimistic voice in your ear saying, hey, all glory is fleeting. And, you know, if you think you've solved every problem you got, you haven't. There's lots of things that still threaten you. Because I think we need to be realistic about the possibilities that our fucking civilization could be destroyed or could suffer a major setback. And I think it's important to fucking maintain. I don't think that everyone needs to be a pessimist, but I think it's important to have pessimists in our society that fucking tell you, hey, you know, don't get fucking too full of yourself because this could all come crumbling on down.
I agree. And I would counter that by saying I think it's important to have optimism as well, because if it's all just pessimism.
No doubt. No, I don't agree. I don't disagree. I think we need optimists too. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we agree, you know,
I don't
pretty
think,
much on
I don't think there's any real disagreement here. Yeah. I'm going to hang up on you, not because you're bad or anything, but because I am wrapping this up. Thank you guys who donated. Thank you for fucking making me drink that fucking disgusting ass Jose Cuervo and getting drunker than I was comfortable with. Sorry I couldn't get through all these videos, but you guys got me too drunk too quick. So I'm going to fucking bid y'all adieu. And I'm going to be doing one more of these this month. Maybe I'll give you a chance to get me even drunker. Who fucking knows? Thank you guys for watching, and peace the fuck out.